Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Right. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. How you guys doing? You guys ready for this, man? Gonna be having live stream. Not working though. You sure? Am I live right now? Can you guys hear me? Mic check. I think I'm live, right? Nah, I'm live. Yo, you guys ready for this? We're gonna be doing this together, man. I'm gonna join you guys to watch this live. The live event should be soon. The live event should be soon, though. All is good. Gonna be waiting for that. But in the meantime, though, there's 56 minutes, so it's about an hour. So in the meantime, what we're gonna do, we're gonna just play some games, though. For now. Play some games, and once it comes live, we can watch it together, though. I appreciate you guys tuning in, though. What's up, yo? What's up, Division Addiction? Helmedi, how you doing, brother? Thank you so much for coming by again. Yo, Chinto, I see you. Emesto, how you doing, my friend? Yo, Jax, 5x5. What you mean by that? Yo, Looney, what's up? Everything's good, guys? 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. What's up, man? All good. DJ Sammy, welcome, man. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the stream. Yo, Sagat, I see you there too. How you been, man? Ahmed the Division. O dia de atualização para el juego de Division. Today is gonna be the reveal, guys. Today is gonna be the reveal. It's not gonna be the update day. It's gonna be the reveal. That is another hour. Yeah, it's another hour. Mac Carroll. How did you get those cool overlays? I made them though. I mean, well, I didn't make all of them, but so what I did,
Safe area
I
entered.
grabbed stuff and I organized them myself. That's the best way to say it. Just piece of overlays that I bought, like some parts, and then I organized them myself the way you're looking at like right now. So I did 80% of these overlay. Everybody all good, guys? Yo, but tell me, guys, who's hyped? Like, who's excited for this? I don't want to say hype. Who is excited for this? Because hype, I don't want to hype. Like, I don't want to hype myself, even though I'm so excited. But I'm trying to like keep myself like, not too hype so I don't get disappointment. But I am excited, not super excited in the way that I'll get disappointed. So let's just hope for the best, though, right? But how many of you guys like are excited though, and how many of you guys think this is bad? Let's talk about this. Saludos desde Mexico. What's up, man? Hey, thank you so much, Al Helmedi. Everything's good though. I hope you're doing good too, man. 5x5 means clear. Oh, okay. Jax, I didn't know that. Ready, you load and clear. 5x5. Okay. That's interesting to know though. I didn't know that. Me hype. I don't care if I have to pay. Yeah, I'm excited though. I'm trying to hold myself like not to get too hyped, you know, because so much we've been through. But I am excited. I'm not gonna lie. I love this game a lot, guys. I put a lot of my time in this game, so you know, I always feel good when I will be happy if something's good coming from the game, you know. And my mouse still fucked up. Yesterday I was PvPing and some of my key bindings are all messed up. So, by the way, this is the build that the last video that you guys saw this morning. This is the build I was using. In the meantime, though, what we can do? I think we can go play either conflict or PvP, or Dark Zone. Just as we wait, though.
Everything is priced to move.
Ooh, actually, there is a vendor reset, right? I haven't checked the vendor yet. Gotta check the vendor though. The hype is real. You hype though? Yo, Silver, you better watch out, man. You gotta slow down a bit. Yo, how much you guys think is that gonna cost? How much you think that expansion is gonna cost? Because if it's coming after March, like if it comes on the March the 3rd, that's gonna be year 2 DLC, which means your year 1 pass will be, you know, gone, so they can charge for it. I've paid $120 for 1,500 hours. That's like 8 cents per hour. Totally worth it. That's a good way to put it though. I like your vision of it though. Not a lot of people think of like that. I like your vision of, you know, how you're thinking about it. That's a good point though. I gotta go do the math too. I gotta go check how much hours I've put into this game and make sure if it's worth it. You think it's dropping in the March 3rd? Damn, that's gonna be paid. GG's guys, rip in the chat. That's gonna be paid content. Yeah, 1,500 hours. That's a lot. Level cap expanding to 40. Time to get back to the grind. Yo, loaded pork chop. I was not expecting that, dude. I was not expect when they said, where did I saw that? Like, I don't know where I saw that. Like something about like level cap is now from 30 to level 40. I was not expecting that. That was a big surprise for me. That was one of the biggest surprise, and I'm all for it though. Hell yeah, we'll grind again. 41% armor repair. That's not too bad. In the meantime, let's check these vendors real quick as we talk. But tell me, guys, like, express your opinions. I know a lot of people got different opinions about this thing. It's a whole mess going on right now. But I think in the majority, like majority of players are excited for this. I think majority of players are excited. Yo, Division Edition, what you think, man? Are you excited for this? I know, I mean, your name is says Division Edition. I think you are excited for this. Check what we have here. Oh, we got a 0 Fs. Okay. Health, 21,000 armor. Only problem though is that crit damage. I don't need crit damage on this type of chest piece. What is this? Okay. Oh, okay. Yo, I'm gonna grab this one right here for now. for a PvE build,
Shape business.
because actually I want to make a PvE build for that. Hi, but New York City with no snow gonna be trippy. Can you imagine if both games merge? Clutch builds versus spread. Yo, Ed, that would be crazy. No. Actually, clutch builds versus striker builds. Because clutch and striker, they're more kind of like. Have you think of that? Like, clutch. If you lose armor, you get more damage and health as you crit. And then striker, you get, as you hit, you get that health and damage. That would be crazy though. Nah, I don't think it's that gonna happen though. But I was surprised when they said we're going back to New York, like actually merging the games. I don't know, man. It's still hard for me to believe, but let's see though. Yeah, March 30 is 100% paid. It has to be. Yeah, after March, like after March the 1st, everything is paid though, because our season pass, the first year, will end, for what I know. I heard for somewhere else too. It will end on March the 1st. So after that, if they give anything after that, it's gonna be paid content, unless you buy I don't know, year 2 season pass, I guess. I just hope it's not a mission or two and that's it. Yo, Division, don't say that, bro. That would be crazy, man. What a disappointment. Imagine that if we going just for like a one mission or two. All this hype. Everybody's so excited. Bro, that would be a letdown. That would be a letdown. What you guys think, guys? Imagine if they give us like just two missions and those new weapons. Bro, no, don't say that. I'm forever addicted, bro. I just hope it's a mixture of PvP and PvE added to the expansion. Hell yeah, bro. Yo, what's up, Cloud9? Cloud9 Gaming. Nice. Level 40 enemies should be much tougher and hunters coming back. Yo, I want to fight the hunters again, man. I don't think we had enough of the hunters though. I think we should have had more from the hunters. Yo, Jonathan, what's up, man? I want survival. Man, I want survival too, bro. Survival was sick. All right, guys. I want you guys to let's do a vote. I don't know how to do a poll on the chat though, but let's do a vote. How many of you guys would prefer Last Stand? Press 1. And if you prefer survival, press 2. Let me see how many of you guys will do that. So 1 for Last Stand, 2 for survival. Let's see how many if you guys do that. I think on like they're both great, man. They're both great. I don't know which one I would prefer though. Cause they're both great. I love all of them. Yo, Darkus, yo, let's go check Phaela. Yo, imagine if Phaela still have that eye with no patch on it. Yo, we're gonna go bring Phaela some patch for that eye. Nice calendar. Nomad versus perfectly unbreakable. Yeah, in True Infamous. Imagine that. There's another great thing. So let me see. I got 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. I see a lot of 2. I see some ones. What do you mean 3? What's 3? I see a lot more ones now. Let me see. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Number 3 underground. So I guess survival. I mean, Last Stand is the preferred. But it's close though. So most of you guys would like Last Stand, but survival also. It's right there. I don't know, man. Honestly, in my opinion, any of them I would like. I love survival. I love Last Stand. So it's a tough choice for me. I don't know. Yo, King David, man, how you been, brother? Gamer Fuzzy. Looney Tooney. What's up, man? Steven. I've been my brother. Yo, Silverback. Check the clan vendor, please. Yeah, I'm right here.
Something particular I can help you find?
Yeah, Underground was not bad too, but honestly, Darkest is I would think Underground I would put that last. Even though I played Underground, that I had full, I mean not full, max level Underground, and I had everything. I've done everything on Underground when I was playing back in on Xbox days, like way back. So I did everything on Underground. Don't get me wrong, I like Underground, but I think Underground would be my last choice. I would say first it would be either Survival or Last Stand. Second would be Resistant. I like Resistant though. And then third, a Skirmish. We have a Skirmish. So yeah, just I guess Underground last. You have Aaron Keener, Faylaw, and Kelso in the cover. I do. Oh, you mean like the thumbnail? Yo, what's up, Mark? Mark, Mob is in the house. Last Stand 8v8 sick. Last Stand was sick, bro. That AV8 was awesome. That AV8 was awesome. Yo, my boy, Cool Boy, yo. Guys, I'm trying to get Cool Boy on PC. I'm not trying to grab him from PS4, don't worry about it, but I'm trying to get him on PC to play with me for these the new grind for level 40 though. Cool Boy, I'm throwing you out there, man. I'm throwing you under the bus, man. He said he wants to do it, but he's just too damn addicted to the PS4. But yeah, man, you gotta join me for that grind for level 40, man, on PC. I know you got level 30 right now, right? Alright guys, what you guys want me to do in the meantime? Let's go check those two vendors. Let's go right here in the theater. Leave Cold alone. If he goes, I'm gone. Try to grab him. Let's go, Cold. Jump on the PC, man. %1 total armor, 4% protection from elite, 5,000 armor. Yeah, it's not great.
You happy? I'm happy.
I am super happy, man. I am super happy. 11 months of disappointment aren't enough. Hope this will have an end to this year. I'm sick and tired of the playing such an easy game with no competition at all. And please do something for PvP. I hear you, Rick. I hear you, man. I hear your frustration, man. Damn. I can see that comment, you know, says it all. But yeah, man, something for PvP would be nice. Rocky. I didn't mean Rick. I said I should have said Rocky. Sorry, I misspelled your name. Underground is my first choice by far. Oh, you like Underground better? Hey, everybody got different opinion, man. No problem with that. Oh, the PvP. Oh, yeah. That's true. Like, wait, where am I? Is my game lagging a little bit?
Portable device detected.
My game is lagging a little bit. Yeah, like I was saying, Darksis. Yeah, it makes sense though. I would think PvPers would choose in between survival and last stand, probably last stand. Ooh, 48% damage to elites, huh? That's the highest I have actually. Right now that wouldn't be bad. Even though that's gonna go away soon.
Happy to do business with you.
Yeah, my game is lagging. What is going on? 38. Let me see what's going on with my game. Alright. Should be better now.
Hello.
Nope. Alright, what are we gonna do in the meantime, guys? What you guys wanna do? Got 511s in there. Which one is the occupied? None of them? Okay. What am I doing wrong? Oh, this one. Let's go look for the 511s. For the clutch gloves. Am I the only content creator left on Xbox? Yo, Mark. No, there's still players on Xbox, bro. Like content creators.
Complete.
I don't know if it's me or if it's the server. Can you guys see the lag? Might be the server though. Lagging a bit. We got rogues out here.
Entering dog zone.
You bet on PlayStation 100%. Yeah, definitely I'm getting a lag. I just don't know if it's me or the server. Might be the server though. Chilling. Hype is real, man. Hopefully they come up with something brand new idea that blows everybody away. That's gonna be hard, Ricky. Manhunt complete. Okay, we got manhunts around. People are going rogue and stuff like that. That's good. We'll say hi. Why you have input latency off? Yeah, I have it off because it's especially for a PvP guy should be on now. Dark, I had that on. It actually will affect the gameplay though. It will get my game even more choppy and I don't know. You know, unless they fixed it, unless they changed it. But when the game first came out, I put it on and it was not working. That's why I have it off. That's why I have it off. Yo, what's up, Jeromino? Jeromino? Sorry, man, if I pronounce your name wrong. No, man. Well, we just gotta pray for a bit. Like half an hour more, we're gonna play, and then after that, we're gonna go watch the state of the game. So, what's perfect for you? Let's put it on. Let's see how it does. Let's do it.
Dog zone drop has expired.
What is it at? Enable. Reduce latency. You see, but might cause lower frame rate. If I put it on. Oh yeah. My yeah. No way. No, bro. No. My frame rate dropped right to 40. You cannot play without it? Yeah, I cannot play with it on. As soon as I put it on, my frame rate dropped to 40. What is these guys at though? There's rogue somewhere.
Rogue agent nearby.
Oh, right there.
How long does guard duty last anyway?
Aim with QE. What the hell? What a name. Oh my god, man. Can you leave me alone? We just gotta play for a bit until the reveal date hour. I'm gonna keep my eye on it. Let me actually turn it on right here. Is it? Come on. Hold on. Let me have it on my phone, that way I don't miss it. Okay. 32. 30 minutes basically. Glad to see the frame drops on PC. Same way that does on PS4, right? Yeah, I heard that even on consoles it drops a lot. It probably is just the game and the servers. Sometimes, like yesterday, I had like a good smooth server. Today I just jumped in the game and it's laggy. So I gotta find these guys.
Engaging target. Better not get it.
Here's the players though. This is the guys that was rogue. Kraken Skulls. Kraken Skulls TV. Wow, is that a streamer? Why they have that TV next to the name, man? That's basically saying, hey, I'm a streamer. Yeah, I get your point. Seems very similar how it lags. I'm trying to get the kids, I bet, so just chill and watch live stream. Hey, thanks, man. How late is in there right now, Mark? Is it super late?
Nearby agent has become found. Rogue agent detected.
Oh
Vital
wow!
signs
I
critical.
got taken out by that seeker mine.
Agent incapacitated. Agent killed. A nearby agent has killed.
Yes, for wishes, it dropped
Another
to 40.
agent. Extraction called. Safe area detected.
You almost want to call out of work. Nah, don't do that.
Rogue agent nearby. Dark zone entered.
I don't know why this thing's not working right. Oh my god, that seeker mine, man.
Disavowed the division.
Oh, is it 3 of them?
Serious trauma.
I thought it was only 2.
Agent out of action.
They shouldn't be charging
Hero
nothing
almost
after
at
the year
extraction
we
zone.
just had with the game. Yeah, it's honestly, yeah, I see your point, man. Oh, it has a clutch. That's why. I got totally
Safe
outplayed.
area entered.
Definitely. Yo, the division is for what?
Entering dark zone.
$9 right now? This game came down in price. Crazy. So it's 3 of them. That's gonna be tough. Thank you. There is an ultimate version, isn't there? Yeah, there is an ultimate version. So the ultimate version is for $9. Damn, bro. I bought it. You know how much I bought this game for? $120, I think. Jesus, $5 at the GameStop. Wow. And now, I mean, if it brings more players to the game, I guess. But it does feel like a kick in the balls, though. You know, it's always good, so we have more players. But I don't know.
Helo is headed
We
back.
bought the game for $120, and now it's full. You can find the Ultimate Edition for $9. Jeez. Online, I'm sure, is full price. At GameStop, used is really cheap. Nah, I think online, they probably have it on sale too online, dude. Oh, that's just that's not the guy.
Contaminated gear detected.
Alright, where is this guy? Let me see if I can find him. Alright, 26 minutes. Oh, they're long gone. One down. Alright, someone killed someone. Can I see where they at though? Oh, they're all the way down there. Damn. I picked one up last night. Legit. Like it? So how you like it, Wes? Now Ultimate Edition is coming out. Comes with the game. New expansion, all specialization unlocks. On Xbox there is a huge sale going for the next 13 days. Damn, dude. Like I said, I'm happy more players will jump in the game. You know, people are picking up the game and stuff like that. We get like better matchmaking, and you know, with more people and stuff like that, it's better for the game and stuff like that. Overall, but it just feel like, damn, wow.
Extraction calls.
Is that the price now for what we paid?
Rogue agent detected.
Let me invite some of my friends. I don't know if he wants to play though. He's in the White House. They're around here. Where exactly? Yeah, this frame rate is actually killing my eyes right now. It's not smooth. It's gotta be the server. It's gotta be. Wonder when TU7 is out. So TU7, it's what's coming new. So that's out on well, we don't know. We'll find out today, right? Some people are saying the March the 3rd.
Extraction helo almost within range.
Oh. Come on, that's why I like playing conflict sometimes. I just find PvP, you know, I don't have to run and looking for people, man.
Extraction called for.
23 minutes. Yo, what's up, Trippy? Welcome to the stream, brother. Glad to see you here. Support GameStop so we will always be able to buy used games. Yo, James, right? Yo, GameStop is still like rocking, man. I thought they were dying. I thought that, you know, they were going like out of business, dude. I mean, they still
Rogue
going
agent nearby.
but GameStop is not the same as before, man. Nowadays a lot of people buy games from online store. So I'm sure GameStop took a huge hit. Oh my god, look at 3 Seeker Mines, bro.
Down.
Wow, 2 Seeker Mines.
Agent killed.
This guy doesn't have Seeker Mine.
Manhunt in progress.
That's what I don't like, man. Like, it's not about the Seeker Mine. I said it many times. It's about the stagger.
Arrived.
That stagger is enough to get you killed.
Entering safe area.
I am John. Oh, I've seen this guy before many times. That stagger from Seeker Mine, man, is enough to get you killed. Been so busy. No, don't feel sorry about anything, man.
Don't bother. No.
What's up?
Yeah, I wouldn't even bother, man. Those are using, someone's running an electronics build. Those are using the Seekers on you. Their armor is easy to melt. Once you melt them, they'll throw Seekers at you. They'll drop you.
Yeah, that stagger from Seeker, it's annoying.
All they got. So they're going to use those from a distance. They're not going to get next to you because they weren't getting next to me and there was 3 of them. I was melting them and they hit me with a Seeker.
True. Well, I don't have a range
If
build.
you want to give it a run, I'll go with you. I don't really care. Don't matter.
You are now group leader.
But watch what they do. They'll
Heroes
let the
returning to
Seekers go.
base.
Let's go with him. Let's see.
Oaso's easier to kill and so's Kraken. They have no armor.
Yeah. I saw the Seeker Mines were what dropped me down all the time.
Yeah, they're using an electronics build, so they're gonna knock you out. It's like almost 3,000, 4,000 in damage, so I mean, you're gonna get hit. I mean, it's
Yo, there's a Seeker Mine can one-shot people
gonna do it
nowadays.
any other way, so. I think they're at the other checkpoint.
Yeah.
You have been promoted to group leader. You are now group leader. Another agent is now in your group.
Confirmed.
They cleared it. I didn't bother.
Yeah.
They cleared it.
Q7 is with episode 3.
Hey, what's up, man?
Q7 not with episode 3. Yo, what's up, Diffuse?
Not much.
You ready for that reveal, man? I'm gonna be
Yeah.
yeah, I'm on live stream right now. I'm gonna be playing a little bit and then I have an eye on that timer. Once it's close to that timer, we're gonna jump in on the watching that live stream,
Yeah,
my
20
live stream.
minutes left.
Yeah. If the BTSU gloves proc, yeah. It's fine. Today we're not here for PvP anyways. We're here we're just trying to kill time. Oh, they are gone. They cleared up and they're gone. We're just trying to kill time so that way we can jump in the live stream. Live stream soon.
Exiting
Needs to be battle rewards for conflict. Yeah, definitely. Wanna play some conflict in the meantime?
What's that?
You wanna play some conflict in the meantime?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Conflict. What? Like what? I like even more incentive to get to level 100. I like my backpack trophy and arm patch, but nothing more to achieve than bragging right now. It's true, true. That's true. Trippy, how you been, man? So you been busy? Mm. Soon, guys. Soon we're gonna be jumping in on that live stream. Wonder what people are saying in the chat, though. How many people is watching? Let me see.
Extraction
They
hero.
have
Almost
1.5
within range.
thousand people watching right now, at least on YouTube. I guess we can tell like a lot of people are excited for it. Vigilance with gunner, middle up. Beast, they removed Seeker Stagger on D1 but included on D2. Exactly. Like it's so I don't get it. I don't get it. Like the stagger, right? The Seeker Mine stagger was something that a lot of players complain about it on the Division 1. And it got to the point they removed it because they saw it was bad, bad for PvP, right? And then what happens? Division 2, they put everything what was bad in the Division 2 from the Division 1. They put it back in the game. Like, I don't understand. Like, what? Didn't they learn from that? It's crazy, man. If you watch it on Twitch, you get some free mask and skin. Oh, okay, so we're gonna watch it on Twitch then. I got hope from the name of it. Maybe doing something I've been asking for since Division 1. Well, what have you been asking for, P2? What's up, man? Welcome to the stream, by the way. Alright, 16 minutes.
Neutralize all enemies before you run out of reinforcements.
Oh, we got shotgunners. Okay. Okay, why you come for me, bro? Oh my god. What am I doing? I messed up right there. Great, we got a shotgun starting off strong. Like, look at him. Like, look at the shotgunners play. You just go around dancing.
Agent deceased.
The best players, man. I just saw my GameStop. They have Division 2, but sold out of Division 1. That's crazy. Sold out of Division 1 and still have Division 2. Yeah. Oh my god, man. Shotguns needs to
Agent
go,
out of
man.
action. Agent vital signs.
Shotguns needs to go.
0. Serious
Oh, they
trauma
got a sniper
detected.
too. They got a shotgun from close range, a sniper from long range. Jesus.
Agent down.
Land Blaze territory control versus NPCs and players.
Boost about to activate.
That sounds a crazy idea, man. That sounds like a whole overall of the game.
Boost online. The boost is being taken by allies. Allies have acquired the boost.
You need to turn this around, or we're going to have to pull you out.
All right. We got mercy rule already. It's so stupid, man.
Agent down. Immediate medical assistance needed. Agent incapacitated.
Who likes PvP like that?
You're running low on reinforcements.
This is why the game needs change.
Agent vital signs 0.
It is. It is why, man. We can't deal with that shotgun no more, man. That's enough.
An agent needs assistance.
We're out of reinforcements. Hang in there. Nobody's pulling out. The fight goes on.
Agent down.
A specialization supply drop has been arranged for you.
An agent needs assistance. Serious trauma detected.
What a mess. I play solo 90% of the time. Feel your pain. I don't even care, man. Alright, 10 minutes. I don't even care, to be honest with you. Alright, let's jump into it, right? That's stupid anyways. I don't even care, man. Alright, let's jump into the live stream. Let's watch it. I think I'm gonna go on Twitch. Think we'll be getting a big DZ again. I hope so, man. I wish. All right. Can you guys hear me? They might be bringing survival division. Hey, I wish, man. Hopefully they do. I like survival. So I'll be happy if they bring survival. Alright guys, you guys ready for this? Cause I'm not. I'm not. Yeah, but that Willy's game is, you guys notice now how he's back into the making contents for YouTube? Yo, Mark, you know how that is, right? Those big YouTubers, they are gone. Division 2 is gonna come with a new expansion. Hey, you're gonna start seeing all of these big YouTubers. Yo, what's up? Like that Willis Gaming, he's good at it. He's really good at it. Yes, what's up, MC Guns? Yo, what's up, Andy? Welcome to the stream, Andy. How you been, man? Let's see this chat though. Oh, they have 10,000 viewers too, though. Let me say something in the chat. Damn, there's a lot of viewers jumping in, huh? Jeez. You know people are excited for this. There's so many people like joining. It's raining outside. Yeah, it is for me too. Stopped a bit. Stopped for a bit. Let's get it, guys. So you guys think we're gonna get survival? I think we're gonna get something. I'm not sure if it's gonna be survival though. But definitely we're gonna get like a big expansion. Hopefully survival. I wouldn't be mad if it is last stand. I mean, but it makes more sense to be survival because of they saying the hunters are coming back, right? Guys, I appreciate all of this 37 likes on the stream, then. If you guys enjoying the stream, I would appreciate the like. And guys, feel free to express to me, man. Let me know everything that you think about everything. I heard it's going to be released at 2:30 Eastern today. Yeah, right. Nah. I don't believe in that. Underground. So you are with the Darkness on that one. Darkness is one's underground. Year 1 pass owners get content today. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know, but they could get something. We could get something. But I think the expansion, they're probably gonna wait until like after March. That way people don't have to pay for it. Because year 1 pass owners will, the pass will end March the 1st, I think. Close, guys, we're close. Woo! Alright. We get a price tag. I want to see the move. the second state of the game. First one be in different language. The hell you talking about, guy? Alright guys, you guys want my camera in there? Should I take my camera out of the way? I think for like when they are like in the trailer, I'm gonna take my camera out of the way. Actually, let me leave it there. Screw it. Hey, Koma, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the support. I'm glad you enjoyed the content, man. I put a lot of work into it, man. Yo, G Blue, yes, I'm on PC right now. Please let this be great news. Yes. Hopefully. Let's go. I'm actually getting nervous though. Whew. Man. This is too much, man. Bro, there is 3,000 people watching on YouTube. And let's check on Twitch. Holy crap, 15,000 people watching on Twitch, and there is a lot of people streaming it on Twitch right now. There is a bunch of people streaming it on Twitch right now. Everybody. Oh, Dr. Lupo? Yo, Dr. Lupo is streaming it though. You guys think they paid the big streamers for this? That's crazy, bro. Wow, they went and paid big streamers for this. And a bunch of us, like content creators, like loyal content creators from the division, we don't get shit. Oh. Alright, right, right. Right. Come on, man. Oh, it's gonna be a cinematic trailer.
We thought our world would last forever. Until a single virus destroyed society in a few days. But here we are, 8 months later. And you haven't learned anything. Somehow, you can't see that you're making the same mistakes that brought it all down in the first place. Your job, Agent, is to protect this delusion. And I have sworn to destroy it.
That's a rogue guy
You
right
can
there.
try to stop me, hunt me down, kill me. But this is bigger than any of us.
Yo, is that him?
So you're gonna have to ask yourself, is this a fight you think you can win?
Yo, is that Aaron Keener? Oh, come on, man. Is that it? Nah, get out of here. Oh.
Agent, listen up. You and your squad are urgently needed in New York City. A biological attack hit Lower Manhattan. We need your help to hunt down the one responsible. Aaron Keener, call sign Vanguard. He's the one behind the deadly attack on Division headquarters that killed dozens of top Division agents and countless innocent civilians. And we suspect he's just getting started. Keep in mind, Keener knows this city inside and out. And he's as cunning and as lethal as they come.
Yo, he's
Originally,
badass though.
Keener was one of us. But 8 months ago, the Division failed him by leaving him to die in the Dark Zone. That was the day he lost faith and went rogue. He disappeared and gathered all the tools he needed to engineer his own biological weapons.
Yo, that's how we
He
became
doesn't
rogue.
just want revenge. He seeks chaos. He believes it is the only way for humanity to thrive. Keener isn't the only one with an axe to grind against the Division. There are others. Keener has recruited 4 rogue agents who not only share his extremist vision, they have the skills to execute it. They've worked their way up within factions ruling over Lower Manhattan. If we want to get to Keener, we'll need to go through them first.
Yo, that's a brand new map.
First up, Vivian Conley. Former counterterrorism intelligence agent and chemical engineer. Conley's last known location was the Two Bridges sector.
I see where
A
this is
hurricane
going.
ravaged the coast a few months ago. So, it's a far cry from the thriving
damn.
urban sector it once was.
We're not gonna have the snow back.
Keener's second rogue agent is Javier Kajika, a master of stealth and infiltration. He was a Black Ops hitman for the US government. With the government collapse, his loyalty goes to whoever will feed his need for blood. Our latest intel locates Kajika somewhere in the Battery Park area, the part of the city that's taken over by swamp. The terrain is rough and scattered with giant sinkholes that used to be subway tunnels. Odds are he knows you're coming for him and plans to use the dicey terrain to get the drop on you.
The
Both Conley and
cleaners.
Kajika work with the Cleaners, a former New York
Yeah,
City
ready to shoot
sanitation
them.
unit that believes only fire can stop the virus. Conley was recruited by the Cleaners when she went rogue, and thanks to her
Look at the
technical
mess it's-
expertise, they're deadlier than ever. We've been exchanging blows with them for a while, but their methods are ruthless, and their cleansing fire takes no prisoners. James Dragov, former police officer, a heavy weapons and defense specialist. His relentless fight for
Damn.
justice made him a legend on the force. Yet, his allegiance has changed. Dragov took hold of the financial district and has been using it as the center of his black market operation. Our intel suggests he's still there. Be careful, major flooding has transformed the entire district into a mudslide.
Yeah, I think I saw hikers in there though.
Last but not least, Theo Parnell, a drone engineer and
Yo, you
skilled
saw that
hacker.
side of that?
He's managed to stay off the grid, so all we can say for sure is he's a true master of decoys and deception.
That's a skill
Keener's
builder right
arranged
there.
for the Rikers to protect him at an unknown location in the Civic Center area. Dragov and Parnell have both been linked to the Rikers, ex-cons from Rikers Island prison. Regardless of who their enemies were in the past, they've agreed to band together. Their motto, power by numbers. And just like Keener, they thrive in chaos. Before you arrive at the base
Yo,
of
that's-
operations with Agent Alani Kelso, I should warn you, a lot has changed in New York. The days when Division agents were seen as knights in shining armor are long gone. The people around here are survivors. Ever since Keener and his rogue agents took over Lower Manhattan, there's been a distrust of Division agents amongst civilians. Agent Faye Lau has been the acting commander of the Division in New York City and is leading the hunt for
Yeah,
Keener.
we got Faye Lau.
Her methods are unconventional, but we're in a race against the clock, and Lau knows what it takes to get results quickly. You'll also find Paul Rhodes, now the
Wow,
leader of
man.
the civilian settlement. Because he's so tapped into the city, he may be able to help you track Keener and his rogue agents. Our mission is simple: find and eliminate Keener. But to expose our target, we'll need to take down his chain of rogue agents before they destroy us. Agents, the hunt for Keener is on.
Yo, this is yo, I'm liking this. I'm liking this.
Welcome to New York. I'm Drew Reckner, Associate Game Director on the Division 2. This is a gameplay walkthrough of Warlords of New York, our new expansion introducing a new area to the world of the Division 2.
Okay,
In order
okay.
to avoid spoiling our narrative-driven campaign, some parts of the video are edited out.
Yo.
Aaron Keener has been spreading chaos here in New York, creating a world where the strongest will remain. To reach Keener, we must go for his followers first. The hunt has just started.
Look at that map. It's a brand new map.
Parnell was an RPA pilot before he went rogue, so he knows drones inside and out.
Yo, it's a brand new map, guys. We're getting a brand new map.
Peacekeepers and Two Bridges have been tracking cleaner movements for the past few days. This is our best bet to learning more about Conley.
Yo, Faye Lau is a
Vivian
beast, man.
Conley, former First Wave Division agent. She went rogue, losing faith in the Division at the worst of the collapse. She joined the Cleaners soon after, and her chemical expertise had made them deadlier than ever.
Alright, is this the White House?
This is Haven, our new base of operations here in New
Oh,
York.
Haven.
It was founded a few months back by first responders and civilian volunteers who call themselves the Peacekeepers. They have everything they need in here: security, food, supplies. They've been standing on their ground against the Rikers and the Cleaners. All of that without the Division. They have let us in, but to them, we are yet another
look at the
group of
puppy.
troublemakers. We will have to earn
Oh,
their
we can
trust back.
interact with it. Yo. That's cool, though. I want a German chopper, though. Sticky bombs coming back. Stop. Stop. Yo, basically we're getting a brand new place, man. Well, it has the same vibe as Division 2. Let's see roads.
We're right back in the same goddamn mess we were in when Amherst unleashed green poison. I set up Haven without the Division and all the blood and violence you bring with you. And Faye, she's been flag waving from behind the authority of a Division badge for way too long. Don't make me
Still
regret
grumpy.
letting you into my home.
Still
I
grumpy.
won't forgive it.
Hey, but one thing for sure though, I like his voice of the Division 1 better.
Keener is putting a lot of pressure on the people of New York. They are on the edge, but these are the people you are fighting for. These civilians need to be given a chance to be safe and decide what comes next by themselves. We have been informed of a confrontation between the Rikers, known for attacking any kind of law enforcement, and the Peacekeepers at a nearby outpost in the Two Bridges area. This could be a lead to our next target, Vivian Conley.
Two Bridges was one of the areas that held out the longest after the outbreak. Many of the locals refused to leave their homes and move into Sarah camps. They tried to set up neighborhood community centers rather than relying on the government.
So we still have the same vibe as Division
Most
2.
of them didn't make it.
Still like in
Cleaners
summer.
and the other factions wreaking havoc in the area, it was never really sustainable.
We don't have the snow,
These
guys.
days, only a few remain.
Not gonna lie, I wish we had snow though. I wish we had snow, but it's fine.
I've got reports that the peacekeepers are trying to take a Rikers control point. Give them a hand. See what you can find out from them.
Yeah, I don't know why the frame is so low though.
There will be new weapons and tools to play with, and one of the old favorites, the sticky bomb, has been brought back. It latches to surfaces and enemies alike. You can detonate it at the perfect time, providing new tactical opportunities in combat.
Who said that in the chat? Yo, who said that? The sticky bomb is actually back. Oh god, yo, who said that in the chat? Oh my god. Yo guys, I don't know why the frame is so low though, but we're gonna go with it. Yo, the sticky bomb is actually back.
Warlords of New York is also introducing a host of overall changes to UI and gear systems. Our goal is to ensure that gear and weapons have clearer intended roles, allowing easier decision making. You can see right away how much an item can help you optimize your gear later.
Nice. I'm excited for this new change. So hold on, so this expansion is not coming in anytime soon.
For a rogue agent working with the cleaners. Yeah, we've seen her.
That's gonna
She's
be in the
sneaky,
third.
but still seems to go out on missions with the rest of the guys. Check in with the community near here. They're keeping track of the latest news.
Yo, Wolf.
Sounds like Conley's been busy. Head to the community and see what they've.
Yo, I'm excited, man. It's a brand new map, man. It's basically almost like a brand new, well, not a brand new game, but stuff to do. Got a reason to grind again.
We have skipped some of the steps of our manhunt. As this is a main mission, we could complete it on our own, just like the rest of the game. But playing with friends can also be fun. For this last push, let's welcome another agent into our game and work together to take down Conley.
I wish my frames were a little bit better though.
After the outbreak, a devastating hurricane hit New York harder than any other city in the U.S. The city was flooded, blocking roads and collapsing bridges, all bringing the already quarantined city into a total state of chaos.
Time to take down Vivian Conley and hopefully get us one step closer to finding the cleaner.
This massive tanker has crashed onto the shore, creating an oil spill. Cleaners are harvesting it with the help of Vivian Conley to fuel their weapons.
Oh, for a second I thought that was gonna be the Dark Zone.
Woo! Gotta fix those cooling pumps.
I was getting pumped right there.
Fuck, pull me out!
They're still easy to kill as long as you shoot the tank. I don't know if we have new gear sets. Oh, damn.
Cooling pump system compromised.
Conley's not gonna like that one bit. Good.
Let's see what else you can mess with that'll piss her off.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo, hopefully we get some PvP, man.
Fighting indoors is more challenging, But different enemies have different weak points you can use to your advantage.
Got shot in the foot. Yo, is this resistant? Oh man.
We have fought our way through the ship. This is it. We are close to Conley. It's on you now, Agent. Good luck.
Here you are, like a moth to the flame. You really have no idea what you're doing. The cause we're compromising right now.
We're about to get you. Ooh, okay. Is that it? No, come on. Oh, wait.
We at Massive are incredibly excited to bring this expansion to life. We worked on the Division 1, Division 2, and now that same team, we're working on this expansion. And this really is the opportunity for us to bring not only an exciting new narrative, but a lot of new gameplay and a lot of new improvements as well.
More than ever, I think there is something for everyone in this game, and that's what's really exciting.
It's new gear, new gameplay elements, new skills, new reasons to play the game.
Warlords of New York is set in Lower Manhattan,
new features,
a
that's
brand
it.
new area in the world of the Division franchise, which has been faithfully reproduced at a 1-to-1 scale. In Warlords of New York, you can push your agent further than ever before thanks to an increased level cap from level 30 to level 40.
Nice.
But hitting level 40 is not the end. Warlords of New York is introducing a new infinite progression system, allowing you to continue to improve your agent's stats and refine your playstyle even after reaching level 40. For players who have already reached level 30 in the Division 2, you can jump directly into the brand new campaign of Warlords of New York. If you are new to the Division 2, you can choose to start at level 1 in Washington, D.C., or start at level 30 in New York City. Players choosing to jump first into Warlords of New York will be able to go back to DC once they have completed the new campaign.
We've taken a lot of feedback from our fans into consideration when developing this expansion. And that includes changes to the way that our inventory system works, changes to RPG, making sure that builds are now more viable than ever before.
Thank you.
Warlords of New York is expanding the amount of equipment available for agents. Our new arsenal spreads across new gear brands, new gear sets, new weapons,
Yo, see that weapon?
and new exotic items.
Oh, those are new exotics.
Introducing major changes in the gear system for the Division 2. All gear and weapon stats are being streamlined. We're bringing in major improvements to our UI, ensuring that attributes and advantages are easy and quick to understand. Every single loot drop will be exciting. We're ensuring that you will always loot something that has a stat or bonus to complement your gear set and playstyle. And it's emphasized by the introduction of talent storage that allows you to apply bonuses that you have looted at least once to your favorite gear piece. All of these improvements will ensure that agents' builds can be as diverse as the playstyle you really want to dig into. The rogue agents you're hunting all have a unique specialized skill. When you eliminate one of them, you'll add their unique skill to your arsenal.
Trap?
Shock traps. These are the best tools for crowd control, since they'll incapacitate enemies and make them easier to target.
Shock is back.
They interconnect so you can create virtual tripwires. Just the thing for a surprise ambush or to give an agent enough time to find new cover when an unexpected wave of enemies rushes in. Echo-based hologram decoys. Use these to attract enemy fire so you can find new cover or draw the enemy to a specific position, giving you an unprecedented tactical advantage. Explosive sticky bombs, our new take on the fan favorite from the Division 1. They're long-range projectiles that need to be activated by the agent with a quick tap of the trigger. They can latch onto environmental elements and enemies alike. And fire-spreading sticky bombs, burning with an intense flame once set. continuously dealing damage to anyone in its range of effect.
Oh, nice.
Playing with skills has never been easier in the Division. Thanks to the new tier system, you will directly see and understand how your gear impacts the power of your skills.
Oh, nice. Okay. I like that.
The Dark Zones from Washington, D.C. are being revamped. We are returning to a simpler rogue mechanic and rewarding players who help each other in the Dark Zones. Additional gameplay features such as legendary difficulty, directives, invasion difficulty level, and more are included in Warlords of New York. These additions expand the range of activities, challenges, and rewards available. Oh,
yo,
and
that
one
zone,
last
that
thing.
zone is getting revamped, dude. Ooh,
It seems
ooh.
you're not the only one on the hunt in Lower Manhattan. Stay on guard at all times.
What's very important for us with Warlords of New York is
this
not
is
only
good
to
news,
build a
bro.
fantastic
Let's
story
go.
and hunt for Keener from level 30 to level 40, but also make sure that your experience continues and carries on once you reach level 40. So to do that, we're adding a new feature that is called Seasons.
In post-launch, Seasons will introduce new targets to hunt down, each with their own stories and unique rewards. Each season will be filled with global events, leagues with leaderboards, and weapons and gear to unlock.
Global
With the
events.
seasons, each activity will come with its own rewards, gameplay, and cosmetic to really be able to show your achievements and
Do
show
they mean
how well
like
you perform.
the actual global events from
Seasons will reward
Division
you
1
with
though?
apparel, equipment drops, and resources. Players wanting even more can opt for a premium paid track for additional rewards. More to come as we get closer to Season 1.
You can keep your premium though.
The hunt for Keener starts now with Episode 3,
Yo.
the prologue to Warlords of New York. Episode 3 is a free update that includes 2 new action-packed missions in a brand new
Yes!
area, Coney
Yo,
Island,
it's free!
plus a new
Wait,
endgame
hold on.
specialization.
Is it totally
Episode
free?
3 is actually the beginning of this whole new phase. This is the episode that introduces the whole narrative and the whole reason and motivation why you are going back to New York that will then culminate with Warlords of New York. So this is really the right moment to get back into the game, to get started.
Episode 3 will be available to play tomorrow, February 12th, for all owners of the Year 1 Pass.
Yo,
and
you
it will
serious?
be
Yo,
available
we're
on
gonna be
February
playing
19th for all
tomorrow,
players
though?
of the Division 2.
Yo, who said that in the chat,
Warlords
bro?
of New York is a great time to join in
Yo, you
and
guys
playing the
use some
Division 2.
information,
Division 2 is already a
bro.
fantastic game, and we're building on that.
Yo, I'm so
Warlords
ready
of
for
New York
this,
will be
man.
available on March 3rd, 2020. Owners
Wait.
of the Division 2 can directly purchase the Warlords of New York expansion. For new players, bundles including the Division 2, the Warlords of New York expansion, and more are also available. Good luck out there, agents. The hunt is on.
Yo, this is so awesome, man. Yo, that's thank you so much, man, for that donation. So it is free for season pass owners. If you don't have season pass, you pay for it. We'll be right back for the post show. Yo, this is what's awesome. Yo, I don't know about you guys. I don't care about anybody would. I'm excited. I'm hyped now. Yo, this is awesome. I'm so ready for this, bro. Woo! This was a lot. Yo, we're gonna go analyze all of these. Should we do it on the stream or can I do it like for the video though? But I'm gonna go back and analyze everything, dude. They have 30,000 people watching on Twitch right now. Everybody's hyped. That's good though. Yo, this is so awesome, man. Yo, Warlord isn't free. So what is this free though? They said something is free. So what is Warlord? We're gonna analyze all of these, guys. Let's analyze all of these. I don't know if it's done though. I don't want to go analyze it right now because I don't want to miss the show. Let's wait a bit. Let's talk about this. Yo, what you guys think? Yo, man, that was so much, man. Yo, oh my God. I'm excited, man. I don't care what everybody said. I'm excited. March 30th, that's not bad. Yo, tomorrow. So what's tomorrow? He said tomorrow. I'm so. This is too much, man. So tomorrow, what's tomorrow, guys? What you guys catched? Yo, X-Ray, what's up, man? Global events, my heart can't take all this shit, man. Yeah, I'm getting chills too, bro. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, for us, like, hardcore Division lovers, since the beginning, I think this is a great news overall. That's all I wanted, man. I wanted to get like some type of good content, man. Like something to do. That's a lot. That was a lot more than what I expected, man. That was a lot more. So we're getting the hunters. That zone is getting some type of work on it, right? We get a new gear system overall, gear 2.0, right? We got a brand new map though. That's a whole new map. New missions, new new skills. Oh, offline. Oh, they were ready. Let's go on the YouTube one. It is live still though. They're probably getting technical issues. Oh, it's offline too. So they're out. They might be coming back after. Wait, hold on. Oh, they restarting. Woo! I don't know what you guys meant. That was a lot. I love it. Oh my god, man. Yo, tomorrow. You in? Let's go, man. Video. Yeah, I'm gonna analyze everything, right? I'm gonna go back on that trailer, analyze everything, and because it was too fast, right? I was not gonna stop it right now, right? I can't stop it right now and analyze everything. So I'm gonna make a video with that, analyze everything. But for now, let's just watch the state of the game for now. And after this, I'm gonna have to end the stream after probably a little bit after the state of the game ends, so I can go work on this. That YouTube grind, man. I'm gonna have to go and get those videos out. Otherwise, wait, they put it back again? It's the same thing.
We thought our world would last forever.
Well, let's watch it again, I guess. Let's pay attention to these guys. Yo, this is gonna be crazy, man. Oh my god.
But here we are, 8 months later, and you haven't learned anything.
And some people are gonna get some hands on it already, like some YouTubers. Yo, Darksus, yo, thank you so much for that tip. I appreciate that, man. I'm sorry if I missed it.
Somehow, you can't
Hey, this is better than what I thought.
mistakes that brought it all down in the first place.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Your job, Agent, is to protect this delusion. And I have sworn to destroy it. You can try
Guys,
to stop
please hit that like if you guys enjoyed these, man. If you guys are hyped, hit that like. Hit that like, man.
But this is bigger than any of us.
He's badass looking though, I'm not gonna lie, the Aaron Kinner.
So you're gonna have to ask yourself, is this a fight you think you can win?
Time to get back on it, man.
Hello, everyone,
There he
and
is.
welcome to the post-show for the Wards of New York. Reveal, this is I'm excited. I'm trying to keep my my hype. Like, I wanted the stream to be like a chill session of just hanging out and
Business
talking about
as
all the stuff
usual.
you've seen.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, my adrenaline is going kind of through the roof. I don't know about you.
Super exciting, man.
It's kind of
Super
crazy.
exciting.
Yes.
I realize my phone is in my pocket.
Ah,
with
that's
this-
why I was like, I hear voices.
It's fine. I hear my own stream. You know what? I'm just going to chuck it over the floor and not deal with it right now.
There you go. That's what you get for info.
That's what you get. We were just checking that the stream was live. But welcome everyone. We're going to be here. I did say on Twitter that we have. I asked if we had a time limit from the overlords or the powers that be.
Yeah.
They said it's more important that we cover everything that we need to.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
taking that as license to just hang out.
So all night long.
We'll be here all night.
Be
It's going to
here.
be a good time.
Old-fashioned all-nighter.
So
give us information.
Yep, I'm here. We've got Yannick. We've got Drew.
Hi.
But we're going to have more guests
Early
throughout the
release
show, so we've
access
got,
tomorrow.
A bunch of other people who are going to be joining us to
Yep.
talk about every facet of the whole thing.
Totally.
But let's take a look right now at the agenda for the show. We do have a few topics to get through, so we're going to just show you those right now. So
Expansion
we're gonna go
overview.
starting off with an expansion
Main
overview.
endgame,
We're going to take
RPG
a look
overall.
at the campaign. Spoilers, because that's kind of
Yes.
a big part of it. Well, not spoilers.
Well,
just
without
you've-
spoilers.
Without spoilers, yeah.
Sure. The new endgame, we've kind of got a bit going on there. We've touched on the RPG overhaul as much as we can in previous State of the Game streams, but we can finally unleash the hounds.
Yo, what's
so to
up,
speak,
Snoopy?
On that conversation, so we've got.
Yo,
some
welcome
suggestions.
back,
Piece
brother.
that puzzle together.
Exactly, and then I know a lot of people are going to be excited to see what we're going to be saying about the Dark Zone. So there's a lot to go through tonight.
So-
It's currently 8:30 p.m. here.
They
in
have a
Sydney.
reveal
Coffee,
show. They're gonna be playing it.
and we're going to just see where the conversation and the road takes us. People are already hopefully seeing this beautiful environment B-roll.
Yeah, it's just behind my head. So, wait, depending on the camera.
Yeah, it's true.
Because I'm hiding the title, so it's the
No,
Z
don't-
of New York.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't say D's of New York, it's fine. All right,
Oh,
great.
wait, no, it's the-
But before we get to that,
If we,
we've talked in previous streams about what episode 3 is.
Yes.
Yes.
We haven't talked about when it's coming. I'll let you guys do that. I really want to like.
Why
blow
do I
on that
have to
one,
go
but,
back
can you
and
give us
start
a
from
quick
rank
rundown on
1?
What is episode 3?
Wait, what do you mean, Shokila?
Yes.
Start from
so
rank
episode
1?
3, I think I'll start with the when. Episode
Please.
3 is coming out tomorrow.
Okay.
February 12th.
Tomorrow.
Finally.
Sigh of relief.
Finally. We can give a date. Yes, so episode 3 is coming out tomorrow. So what episode 3 is of course, it's the final episode of all the 3 episodes we had announced. And the idea with it is that it's, with episode 2, we kind of wrapped up a part of the story with going to the Pentagon and, and actually getting the antivirals and all these kind of things. So with episode 3, the idea is you've kind of like, in a way, contain the Black Tusk, and now you can refocus a bit on the hunt for a cure for the virus. And episode 3 sends you to Coney Island, New York, to get the virologist Vitaly Chernenko. So that's really the opening of a new story in a way. So that's really for us the prologue to then everything that happens in Warlords of New York.
That's right.
So playing episode 3 is basically getting ready and getting started to get involved in the story of Warlords of New York.
Cool.
Yes.
Nice. And it's coming very.
Drew agrees. So
I completely agree. I have a lot of valuable input here.
Yeah, I've already seen people
Yes.
internally as well saying that.
So
they
we
feel
have
kind of
early
step by
access
step.
tomorrow on episode 3.
It feels like a step up, so I'm really excited to.
But-
for people to
yeah,
get their
it's
hands on
it's
that.
really cool. It's a lot of fun, and of
The
course you
war,
get to,
the new like
face a few
campaign
of the
stuff,
cleaners
it's
and
coming on the
everything, so yeah,
That's right.
it's
March
you,
the
you
3rd.
really get a first taste of what
Yes.
is waiting for you
Exactly.
then
It
in
kind
New
of
York.
Sets up everything nicely.
Nice. I would, now knowing that Warlords of New York is a thing, people that are interested in the whole lore of the whole, how everything's going to play out, maybe you'll see the episode 3 trailer with different eyes now.
That's right.
That you kind of know
Yes.
some things are happening.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Just let the brain take over with that one. There's some things to think about there.
Yeah.
So, the reason we're here.
back from
Warlords of New
vacation?
York,
Yeah.
You've been working
Welcome
on
back,
this
man.
for a while.
For a while,
right,
yeah.
guys?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
it-
It feels great to be able to talk about it finally.
Yeah, finally, yeah.
How hard has it been to kind of just stay tight-lipped on it?
Oh, I mean, like every state of the game that we come out and
Yeah.
talk about things, it's difficult to not talk about this is the roadmap.
Well,
this is.
I would say how hard has it
things
been
are-
for the community also to just like hear us be like,
Yeah.
yeah, so in a future update,
Yeah,
there's gonna
right.
be some content and like
Well, now
we're
you know
gonna be
what the future
changing a
update
few
is.
things. Now we can actually put a
Yeah.
name and a
So-
proper context on that,
Right.
so it feels good
That's
for
right.
all of us and for everybody watching, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think the first thing that we should just get laid out on the table is what is Warlords of New York? It's because
Yeah,
we were
okay.
having some conversations last night. Is episode 3 the expansion? What is an expansion?
Yeah,
mean?
this is
'Cause
a
we've
great
actually
this is a
never done an
great
expansion
question
for
right here.
any
We need
Division
to
game
get
ever.
answer.
That's right.
Yep.
This is the first time.
Can we just lay out the difference? So episode 3 is entirely separate from this insofar as that it's not the same content, but it is narratively a prologue
That's
for the first ever Division expansion.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
so.
cool.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it's
Thanks.
well, no. So episode 3 again. It's an episode that comes with a title update as well. Title update 7. That's all going to be made available on the game for everybody that owns the Division 2. And then on top of that, on the 3rd of March, we have the expansion that comes out. That comes also alongside the title update.
Okay.
And this is a complete different things. And of course, that people have seen is a paid expansion. So it's a content that you actually purchase and then get access to.
Okay.
Okay, so
Now,
that's an
Drew,
expansion.
The elevator pitch for Warlords of New York.
That's
if
right.
If I gave you like a minute to tell me what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Warlords of New York tells the story of the hunt for Aaron Keener. Right? The big baddie.
Period. Done.
That we had all the way from the beginning of Division 1, right? We are seeing the kind of conclusion of that story arc that involves him, right? So, Warlords of New York is an expansion, right? Which means it's a brand new campaign, right? It's a campaign in a brand new part of town. So we have a brand new map. It is Lower Manhattan. So if you've been to New York, you'll know that Lower Manhattan, it's, or downtown Manhattan, it's a financial district, right? Division 1, we were in Midtown Manhattan. This is Lower Manhattan, completely different part of Manhattan, but of course it's very iconic, right? There's Wall Street, 2 bridges, Chinatown, and you can see Liberty Island off the shore. Like, I mean, it's really iconic place, right?
Cool.
And so this is our new playground, right? Is Lower Manhattan. And so we have 4 new name zones. They're big. Now it's worth mentioning, we've recreated Manhattan 1-to-1 scale, which we actually didn't do a 1-to-1 scale in Div 1 when we did.
There was some streets cut
Midtown.
out, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
We kind
it
of
was
cut
a
out
bit
some of the
different,
less
yeah.
interesting streets and stuff like that. But this time, Lower Manhattan, 1-to-1, which is super, super cool.
Which is the same approach as we did for Washington.
For Washington.
Division 2, right?
Exactly.
Actually, Alec,
That's
can we
kinda
take
nice, though.
while we're chatting about this, can we take a quick look at the environment art? Because we have some really pretty stuff. We have it up on the screen behind us, but it'd be really cool to show the people at home some of that. She's gonna pull that up in a second.
Yeah.
But that part of New York has so many different. I mean, we would call them biomes, but like there's a lot of different like landmark and different types of areas
right.
and like visual differences and all that sort of stuff.
What's interesting too, right, is like we're seeing New York in the summer, and this is a summer that is
I wish if
devastated by a hurricane.
I wish
The
if we
same
had
hurricane
some
that hit Washington D.C. in the
snow,
summer
but
hit New York even harder.
it's fine, I guess.
Right, and you see the remnants of that hurricane everywhere. You see mud piles, you see streets buckled, you see trash heaps. I mean, you see everything. And it's a former dark zone, right? And that hurricane hit that former dark zone, so you kind of see the remnants of this dark zone everywhere. So it's a really cool environment, right? So we have that campaign in the brand new area of the map. Plus, I would say there's kind of 3 parts, right? That's part 1. Part 2 is our overhaul to our core systems.
Yep.
Part of that, of course, is our kind of what we've been calling Gear 2.0, or I guess our community's been calling Gear 2.0. But it's our RPG overhaul in general.
Yep.
And there's actually a lot
Hey,
of
see,
different
Raymond,
components to
I
that.
hope
There's
so.
also like Dark Zone revitalization, which we can talk about.
Oh hell yeah, they're gonna be talking about
And
it.
then the
That is
final
on-
pillar is a brand new endgame. So we have brand new activities in the endgame. We have a brand new calendar activities that we call our seasons, which brings brand new kind of mini narrative kind of campaign and hunt for a new target, and all sorts of cool activities that I guess we'll mention later. So I
Yeah,
don't
we're talking about that in just.
We'll have a whole segment dedicated to it, right?
Yannick, can you give us the
Hamish.
rundown on? Wow. Hey man,
Hey,
how you doing?
nice seeing you.
A lot of people will want to know like, what do I need to do to get it? Like
That's true, Trippy.
price. What do I get? What do I spend? All that sort of stuff. Like, can you give us the
Price,
rundown
guys,
on
price.
The details?
Yes, so as we said, Warlords of New York is a paid expansion. So what that means is to get access to the content, and I think we'll go a bit into the difference between what's part of the title update that is free that comes, Title Update 8, that will come alongside Warlords of New York, and what comes actually as paid. But basically everything that takes place in the New York map, the story, and all of that is part of the expansion you're purchasing. So that expansion is priced at, and I apologize, I don't have all the currencies in mind, so I'll be using euros.
Lazy.
It's priced at 30 euros for existing Division 2 players. So what that means is if you own the Division 2 already, you can buy Warlords of New York for 30 euros. If you're new, if you want to join the Division 2 now, you can actually purchase a standard edition that includes both Warlords of New York and the base game for 40 euros. Or then you can purchase an Ultimate Edition, again for new players, that includes both Warlords of New York, the base game, and also all the content from the Year 1 pass. So that is the immediate access to the specializations and the classified assignments.
Okay.
But these are again for new players. For
30
players,
30 euros.
just,
It's what?
30 euros.
Okay.
Almost 30
If you're
bucks. 30
really
bucks.
Paying attention, some places you can buy the game for less than 10 euros or $10 right now. If I was one of those people that got like a mega cheap deal on it, I could still pay the 30 euros and get it.
Yeah, I mean, It's when
Keep
you
an eye
say
out.
existing players, it's existing players by the time you make your Warlords of New York purchase.
Just saying,
So
keep an eye out.
Yeah, of course.
And get involved.
That's fine.
Yeah, and you can just totally buy the base game, see if you like it, and then decide to. You don't have to buy the whole package, right?
Yeah, it is like you said before. I do want to reiterate: if you
For what
own
I've
the base
seen,
game,
though.
there's still new things that you get.
Yo,
every
what's up,
single week.
S-Apple?
Yes.
Like we've talked about.
Yes, and hopefully we can kind of like talk about that.
Best
throughout
news
today.
ever,
We'll
man.
try
We
and
needed
keep coming
that.
back to it, 'cause I
We
do think
needed
that's
this.
gonna be a
Like,
recurring
this is
question.
such a great
One of the
news.
things I did want to show, so people who have stuck around since the main event, let's call it that, they would have seen some environment like shots of a haven. That's what it's being called in the game, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Which is essentially your base of operations in
Essentially,
Lower Manhattan. That was that footage was captured a while back.
It was.
We actually
It's-
have some
it's changed
new stuff.
since then, yeah.
Can we? We're gonna sit around and chat through it, but I just thought it would be really cool to show in all its 60 FPS glory.
Yes.
It's it is
Yeah,
smooth.
Yes.
It's
Thank you.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Please.
That was a
it's
30
great. So shout
FPS
out to all
before.
of the artists that worked on this, not just the environment artists, lighting artists. Damien, woo!
Yeah.
It's
and Jeremy
and his team.
And
Everyone.
And everyone.
It's
involved. There were lots of people.
It looks incredible. This was taken, I want to say today, this morning.
Because this is a bit fresher than what was shown. Like some of the captures that were shown earlier.
Yeah, that's right.
A bit more
Look at those
dated.
drones.
It said it came from an early build.
Yeah.
And it was.
This is more recent. This will be close to what people will get on March 3rd.
Yeah.
There may be some
might be
bug
some
fixes and stuff like
further
that.
improvements.
Tweaking a few things here and there. Yes.
This.
No, they didn't say anything about Underground yet.
Puppy!
Oh my god!
You didn't see that, Hamish.
So rude.
Look at him, he's so
So
cute.
rude, just walking by.
Adorable. But I think this is huge. Really cool. Someone says the floor looks really nice. It does look really nice.
It
It's a
does.
good looking floor.
Is that a sticky bomb on the backpack?
It is.
Bro, I did not believe when someone said the sticky bomb is back. I took it as a joke.
Those reflections are pretty dope.
And he was right.
I love it. I'm
Beautiful rod. Yeah.
I'm very, very.
Oh, we got a cat too?
Oh, look, there's a cat.
There's a cat.
Cheshire. Did you see it?
Hamish is just going to point out all the animals.
That's why I'm
and,
here, man.
Yeah.
Look, there's an exit sign. Oh my god. So exciting.
Well, I am legit excited about it. Like,
It's cool though.
it is
It is.
really
Not
cool.
to
It's
say
super
that
pretty.
the servers
Like,
will be
I'm a huge fan.
any
of all
good,
that.
however.
And everyone worked on that. The best.
Oh,
of the
hopefully
best.
they are better though.
You guys, I'm very proud to work with those people. To be honest, makes me feel smart by
They're awesome.
like proximity.
They're
Just
awesome.
I'm not.
next to them. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I'm like, look how good I am at it. No. But awesome. So I hope people enjoyed that. What are we moving on to next? So actually, I want to go back. Like we.
Yeah,
I
we
did go back to it.
let's
I
see
wanna
if they
clarify some title
bring
update. 8 stuff.
survival though.
Let's do that now. So we said that we've over the past few weeks we've looked at recal, skill power refactorization. We're calling it the gear game, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Can we kind of clear that up as well as the whole gear score 515 thing?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Because there's a little bit
515.
of complexity that goes on there as to who gets what
Sure.
and all of that. So where do we start?
So basically, all of those
515
Gear
gear
2.0
score.
improvements that we've talked about, and the RPG overhaul, that's for everyone.
Yeah. You don't have to buy. You don't have to pay a cent to get in here.
So recalibration, stat storing, skill power, the new skill power tiers, all of that is for everyone.
God rolls.
TU8 God rolls being back, exactly. And then, right, so gear score 515.
That one's interesting.
Yes, so for all players in World Tier 5, the max gear score is no longer 500. It is now, there's new power to gain, which is 515.
Okay, that's good to know. And I just kind of want to give the example of how that works. So let's say I'm not going to buy Warlords of New York, right? I'm sitting at gear score 500. As soon as I go out into the world and things start dropping, they'll be somewhere between 500 and 515, maybe lower because there's still that stuff.
Exactly,
right?
but exactly, yep.
Okay.
So you'll have a range. So that range has now essentially been increased, and you'll notice that the 500 to 515 is going to be better gear pieces than 500, for example.
With all the UI changes and the way.
Yeah,
so you'll be able to see exactly in what ways it's better and everything. Cool.
All right. And then we'll talk a little bit about what happens when you travel to New York and what. We're going to go. I think Andrada and Tricky can talk about that with us.
Yeah, 60 FPS on PS4, I believe so.
But at its core, Warlords of New York is a narrative-driven campaign.
That's right.
Right. So we start with, I guess, that kind of a call to action. We're hunting down Aaron Keener.
That's right.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Can we actually show that poster of Keener? He looks like a badass. It's actually just one of Yannick's headshots. Look at him.
Look, it's exactly.
That's Yannick right there.
Exactly me. Yeah.
It's. I have to say though,
it does look like Yannick.
No, it is so cool to have Aaron Keener back front and center. Like,
I love it.
I'm so excited. Like as a fan of the first game, obviously I worked on 2, but as a fan of it, I'm super excited.
Yeah,
like when we first started talking about this expansion, and like this expansion, we're gonna hunt down Aaron Keener, and we're like that. I got so excited.
It's been a no-brainer for everyone, right? It's as soon as we knew we wanted to make an expansion, and everybody was like really excited at the idea of going back to New York and really kind of
what about the raid?
Closing that thread of like going back to
actually
behind with
what about the raid? They had a second raid coming.
Some of the other NPCs that we had in the first game. I think everybody was really excited about it.
Keener has some buddies though. I mean, I love any.
Do you think they're gonna make the raid paid?
Joss Whedon, Ragtag.
That would be crazy though.
Either heroes.
Hopefully not.
But in this case, villains. I'm all for it. I don't know how much we want to talk about their differences and how you'll interact with them. We'll get to that a little bit later.
Yeah, I was going to say we could talk about it later. I could sit here all night and talk about all things
we will.
Warlords of New York.
Yeah.
The level cap. What's happening with that?
But one thing that I would say just on the all the villains that are is that they really each one of them has like a real backstory and real motivations and everything, which I think is just really exciting. You know, it's not just like NPCs that you're going to go there and fight, right? It's like they are real characters, and I think that's what's very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked a bit about gear score. I kind of want to go through how the player will experience this because there's a change happening with Warlords of New York.
That's right.
Yes, man, we need survival.
In DC, I go to New York. What happens?
Yeah. So when you go to New York, your first task is going to be trying to level up to 31.
Great. But before that, I don't see gear score anymore, right?
Nope.
I will be visibly level 30.
You're
in
level
New York.
30. That's right.
Yeah.
But of course, your gear will be as good as it was when you left Gear Score Town.
But you won't see gear score.
That's right.
If you're one of those people that leaves DC, you won't see gear score again.
That's right. Yep.
Cool.
That's exactly right. And then, of course, Warlords of New York is a journey from level 30 all the way to level 40. So we have a brand new level cap, which means you grow even more powerful than you ever could before.
Cool. Yeah. We've got the map expansion we talked about before. The factions. I know that this is near and dear to your heart.
I saw the AR pistol.
If anyone in chat says, "Oh,
AR
you just copy
pistol?
and paste things from," no,
not at all.
The copy and paste talking point will not work here because I have Drew to tell you
that's right.
that's not how this works.
That's right.
He knows about it.
So cleaners and Rikers. Let's actually start with the cleaners, and we have a picture of. I like showing pictures, so let's have a look at these bad boys.
Okay.
I want to kind of start at.
It's a nice picture.
The talking point that I brought up just now. How are they different from the last time we experienced the cleaners? Not just from a narrative standpoint, but technical standpoint as well.
Yeah, okay.
Because
well,
that's kind of the key,
I
right?
mean, so narratively, right? Like, yes, like Joe Farrow's gone, right? And they have a new leader, essentially, that's been kind of molding them and training them and giving them new tech, which is Vivian Conley, as we found out through that trailer.
So one of the agents of Keener.
Yo, Aunt.
I do just
Thanks,
wanna give a
man.
quick
Thanks
shout
for
out
that
to-
$5
we actually have a
donation, man. I
community member,
appreciate that.
On Twitter, whose actual name, not just screen name,
Want to
is Joe
know
Farrow.
that eventually.
That's
I
amazing.
shit you not. Hey man.
Joe Farrow.
Super cool.
So this is not the Joe Farrow.
Yeah,
that we
not
took down.
that Joe Farrow.
No,
yeah.
no, but
that,
I think
that
that-
Joe Farrow's probably a really cool guy.
I think that's so cool. If
Wanna
there's a
know-
legit Faye Lau out there, or anyone with the last name Lau that wants to name their daughter Faye or son, go for it.
Yeah.
Prove your dedication.
but the cleaners, right? So what I think is
Yeah,
really cool
hey,
about
Aunt, thank you so much for that donation, man. I appreciate the support, man. Try to pay
So,
attention
like,
to
I'm
this.
a little biased,
Yeah,
but,
man, we finally gonna
one of
get
my favorite
Aaron Keener.
Like if in the Division IP in general, like I really like and I don't think I'm alone, right? Like I think the cleaners kind of connected with a lot of people in terms of their story, background.
Even the hikers, though.
So
people just love to.
Did you guys knew the hiker was
so
coming
we
back?
have them, right? And then we have.
I thought it was only the cleaners.
AI improvements in Division 2, right? Which all came from our learnings of like the hunters and survival. We basically took all of those learnings and created a new AI, recreated everything from scratch, re-engineered everything, right? And so now we finally get the chance to kind of merge these things together. So not only do we have like the weak points and everything like that that's tied to all the skills and disabling their skills and stuff and the destructible armor system, but we also have like the opportunity to go like to push even further because of their narrative to give them all sorts of cool new tools and tech to make them like really diverse and stand out from any other faction that you fight.
Will there be any surprises, do you think, for players? With the cleaners kind of, because I know you're from the AI side, so do they think differently?
They do. So the important part, right, was to make sure that they were still identifiably cleaners.
Okay.
So they'll still, when you fight against them, they should still feel familiar. You know, you still get the assaults, the grunts that kind of want to get in close and use their flamethrower and circle around you. In fact, actually, we went to silly lengths to make sure that that tank is in the exact same position. So when they lower that shoulder and run, you can hit it at the
Still
same
can
point.
pop the tank.
Like that was, we really wanted to do that to make sure that people are like, oh, okay, like these are like still familiar. But right, so under the hood though, they're making a lot of different kind of decisions about, especially the greater tactical awareness our NPCs have about flanking and using teamwork and cover fire and kind of all those advanced tactics that they use. So I think it'll be really cool for players to see the new tank, or the, as we called him, the heavy flamer back in the day, because he has a new destructible armor system, and each of his weak points actually does something. I don't think I want to spoil it. We can talk about it in a couple weeks on Stay the Game with Mackenzie here. And then, of course, they have some.
Those hunters are coming back. Hell yeah, man.
That are super fun to play with.
All right.
Yeah.
Can we say the same for the Rikers, or is there anything else? I want to take a look because
Yeah.
we have some art for those as well.
So
you still gotta
the
finish
interesting thing
them,
about the
Ant?
Rikers, right? Is this time around, I think, especially like we really wanted to.
How's that? How's the volume now, guys?
Find out.
Let
who
me
the
know if you
Rikers
guys
were
cannot
kind of
hear,
as
let
a-
me know.
As a faction, and really kind of lean into that even more than we did before. I think really making sure that they feel really different to fight against and not just another faction.
The hikers.
Visually, by the way, like I think people also automatically notice, wow, they have faces. Yes. So you can actually see their faces now. They're not just all like, people in ski masks.
She's badass, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you have the rushers that are dual wielding SMGs.
Oh my God.
Like running at you with them. They're super cool. We have a tank that has like a flasher on a shield, and he uses a nail gun.
A nail?
Yeah.
Okay,
nail gun?
I'm feigning that I didn't know that. I legit
And the
had no idea
nails
it
like
was a nail
stick
gun.
in the environment, stick in targets and stuff like that.
What?
You can cause
A
bleed.
nail gun?
Then we also have like what we call the OG Rikers, which are they're actually Rikers that survived. Because a lot of the Rikers actually were not original Rikers now. they actually got
Sure.
like recruited, so they've been like kind of recruiting. But the original Rikers that have stuck around are super battle hardened, and they're like super elite and badass.
Yeah.
And so you'll sometimes run into them, and they're like, you know, kind of a little wild card thrown into the.
But I think that's one thing about the factions also that's really cool is, I mean, you like as a player, you went to Washington D.C. and you've been fighting there, but meanwhile, like shit was going down in New York, and so the factions have been there and they've been fighting and they've been fighting against division agents.
That's
They've
right.
been fighting against each other. So it makes sense that they're all still a bit more battle hardened and actually just more equipped and stronger, and like because they've been at it for a while now and they're still there. The factions still exist even though they lost their leadership.
Yeah.
So of course you can expect that they're also a bit better fighters than what you may be used to from the first game.
And we should probably talk about LMB.
We should. It's not in the notes, but
It's not in the notes.
Oh no, it's not in the notes.
LMB is back.
This is why we're here. And again, I said it before, and I checked with people.
Yo, they're bringing all the factions back.
I don't have a time limit.
That's fine. Drew is gonna get fired, not you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Bye, chat.
I hope
But
you get
if-
It was nice.
that
it was
gear
nice
from
knowing you.
killing.
But if we're talking about LMB, we kind of need to talk about Black Tusk in the same operation, right? Like
Exactly. So
Oh,
as you
man.
remember, right?
I think they screwed
in
up. They
Division
should
1,
not talk about the LMB probably.
The Last Man Battalion, the LMB, their leader was taken out.
in true Ubisoft style,
That's
the helicopter
the
goes
helicopter
down.
goes down.
Yes.
So basically, like any kind of private militia, and I
No more
think John
damage to
actually
lead
alluded to
now.
this back when we did our narrative recap. Like they basically would go to kind of the highest bidder, or the person who would pay them the most, which at this time, right, is Black Tusk, right? Because Black Tusk has a ton of resources. They obviously have a leadership structure in place and stuff like that. So they basically got recruited into Black Tusk. So now Black Tusk is now basically reinforced. So gameplay-wise, what this means is maybe you thought Black Tusk was getting a little stale every time you fought against him. Well, we've refreshed him. So
Oh, really?
there's a new Rusher in town,
Damn.
and it's actually the LMB Rusher. And
New
so they're
recruits.
the Rusher, and the old Rusher is now we have renamed Drone Operator,
Okay.
and they're now less kind of often in combat.
You guys remember the Rusher from the LMB, the
And
shotgunners?
There's also the new support, which people might.
Yo,
remember
the
from
shotgunners are
LMB,
gonna be
which
annoying.
has basically a healing hive that.
They will
heals
hit you
towards
like
the
from
five
like
radius.
across the map,
I
3,
remember.
4 blocks
uh,
away.
and not from the LMB.
I'm
but
ready to
there
kill
are,
on your order, sir.
2 new dog variants. Woo! That have been added.
Interesting.
Hold down.
Okay. Very cool.
Hold
All right.
fire.
Yeah, someone
Sir,
is asking
soldier.
if the Outcast and the Cleaners will actually be working together. And
Outcast.
well, the thing is, first, they're in different areas.
Too far apart.
Because the Cleaners are in New York and the Outcasts are in DC. And also, even though they both use fire, so I can understand why people would think, they are very similar. They are like, in terms of ideology, they're completely on the two opposite sides of the spectrum. Because on one hand, you have the Outcasts that are actually I wouldn't say using, but like they have things going on with the virus and all of that, and they're survivors from the epidemic or from the pandemic and all of that. On the other side, you have the Cleaners that just want to get rid of the virus by burning everything to the ground.
If anything, they would probably be the Cleaners' biggest target.
It's like even though they look like they might have similar means, they actually have very, very different ideologies. So
And they fight very differently as well, actually.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
It would take a lot to make them working together.
I think a future stream
Makes
I mean,
sense.
I know we've said there's like no time limit here, but if we're going to go deep into like
Yeah.
AI logic, which I'd love to do at some point,
Yeah.
we should do a whole stream on that, exactly how they think, because that'd be super cool.
Yes.
We've got the 5 new name zones you kind of mentioned before,
4.
right?
4 plus Haven.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It says 5 here, but that's what is meant by this.
I think that's probably what that means.
Yeah, because it has a name, and it's big and pretty.
It's a zone.
Yep.
New
it
main
technically is actually, so they're technically correct, but yes, it's 4.
Please do correct if any of these come out wrong.
Yeah.
5 new main missions.
5 new main missions.
It's a little bit, I guess, not misleading, but that's not. We need to say more about it because we've said main missions for episodes. We're saying main missions now for Warlords of.
But yes, the important thing is it's very different, right? So, Warlords of New York is all about an investigation. So you are there hunting Aaron Keener, and to get to Aaron Keener, you need to find out where he is, right? And the best way
That's
to do
right,
that
Trippy. He
is
got demoted.
to find his lieutenants. And so you have his rogue agent lieutenants. And so you actually have clues that you have to kind of follow and investigate to discover locations of these agents, and you basically track them down. And usually the end, not always.
Year 3, all
usually
factions
it
will
ends in
face
a main
off.
mission. So we actually have side missions and other content that are kind of all pieced together with main missions to kind of create this investigation thread.
Yeah, we have the 8 new side missions, like you say, the open world activities. And there's
Yeah, living world system, of course, returns. So we have all sorts of fun cleaners, Rikers, and other factions battling in New York.
And I think that's really important to say, because it's not just a map where you go to do your your story content and then you go back to Washington DC, and like it's really
You're extra
it's
happy?
really a whole new piece
I'm
of
excited
map, and
that-
also a whole new piece of endgame, and that comes with it, with all the activities, all the things you can explore, like all the exploration you had in Washington DC, going off-road, going on the right, and then discovering a new space, and like locking or shooting a door and then going in and all of that. You can expect all of that in New York as well. So it's really just a whole entire new piece of world that we're putting out there.
And a few secrets.
I love that you would do that. Asking in chat, are there more control points?
8 control points.
That sort of thing. We're going to talk a bit about
Yeah.
more things in the open world. We've just started the stream. We're going to
Yeah.
we're already running
We're
way
already
over
way over
time.
time, so.
My favorite podcast host always Troy LaValle from Glass Candy's always like, we're going long.
We're going long, yeah.
We're doing that.
Yep.
Yes.
Those guys are actually from New York as well, so shout out to Glass Cannon.
Who's totally watching, I'm sure.
They're not watching.
I'm actually quite
I would love
excited
if they
now
would.
they're going back to New York.
I think you will be
really
joining us a little bit later in
Yep.
the show. Stick around. We're going to have maybe some Q&A at the end. We'll see what
Finally
happens.
get after
depending if
the
we're still awake.
bastard first
we have
wave,
the microphone.
Aaron
Oh my God,
Kinner.
there's so
Bringing
much to
everyone
talk
We're gonna get him
to
though.
chat, but for now, we're going to head to a little bit of a transition so we can unhook these guys from the microphones, bring on 2 new guests, and we'll be back to talk about the new end game with Trick and Andrada. So this will be a lot of fun. Do not go anywhere. Make sure you get some more snacks, more coffee, more tea, whatever you're.
This is gonna be a
vibing.
long live
Get more
stream,
of it,
guys.
'cause we're gonna-
Thank you for you
We are
guys
going
sticking
long.
here with me.
All right, we'll see
I
you
appreciate
in
it.
a few minutes.
Oh man. Yo, look at that, dude. Huh? Oh, look at that, look at that. Yo, that pistol looks crazy though. I like that skin. That's a nice skin though. This is a badass. The holographic. I'm gonna call it the holographic. Now you can sneak by. Oh man, they all run you down too. Today is a holiday for fans division. Oh hell yeah, man. Like I'm saying, like I don't know, like I told you guys, I was just keeping myself like not too hyped because we've been through this, we've been through this disappointment kind of Division 2. But I was not expecting all of these, dude. I didn't know what I was expecting. And I'm happy though. That was great. That was a great trailer. I'm super hyped for this. Yeah, now you put up a hologram. Yo, they have like the shock turret is back. It's not exactly the turret, but now you have a shock thingy. Kind of like the shock turret. So that's back. The sticky bomb is back. I don't know if you just got here on the stream ends. But this is a lot. I'm gonna be after this stream. I want to watch the whole state of the game first. And then after that, I'll analyze things and I'll bring you guys more information on a video though. Trying to get like everything that I didn't catch because it was too fast in here. And I will analyze and make videos. Man, there is people who are already posting videos though. Like I guess like content creators who went to the show and played the game.
Welcome back, everyone. we're gonna get stuck into the next section. I'm excited to talk about it, the new end game, right? So Trick, Andrada, thanks for joining. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I hope you're not too tired.
I'm so excited.
Yes?
I can't be tired anymore.
Oh, that guy is
Trick, you've
back.
been here before. Andrada, like, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
This is gonna be a lot of fun. So, firstly, I mean, Trick, you've explained who you are and what you do.
He got a big
Just give us the
forehead.
cliff notes on that.
Hello, I'm Trick Dempsey. I'm senior game designer. I handle a lot of endgame systems like bounties and invasions and now seasons, which I can finally talk about. And I'm super excited about it. It's okay. We can move on.
All right. Andrada, do you want to introduce yourself to the people at home?
I can. So yeah, my name is Andrada Grechuk. I work as a lead progression designer on The Division. I've been working on The Division for a while, both games. So yeah, my team is a progression design team. Trick is actually now with the progression design team. So is working on, has been historically working on loot and economy and topics like that. For Warlords of New York, sorry.
That hologram will be OP. Nah, maybe for NPCs though.
Sort of the campaign.
Imagine if you trick players with that thing on the data zone.
Also the onboarding topics. So it's a little bit of everything in terms of progression.
Nice. But of all the people, we were actually talking about this before, because I was asking a question about 2013 because we were.
Yeah, that's true. Trippy. There's always gonna be a meta.
I think
it's always gonna be a meta. That's for how games work. It's always a meta.
Yeah, a veteran of Massive.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start at the start. The first thing we want to talk about is the SHD levels. What can you tell us about those?
So before we get there, can I just give a little bit of how we get to the SHD levels? Because I promise we'll get right to it. But basically, like Drew was saying, we have a new story.
What's color is her eyes though?
So we get you from level 30 we get to level 40.
Great.
And we do that. We actually tried something a little bit different this time. You'll see you can actually try to play, target the various lieutenants in whatever order you want. So we scale the content a little bit differently. So you have a little bit more freedom of movement. So once you're done with that campaign and you reach level 40, we're actually not going to have gear score. We're introducing shade level, which is using your endgame XP to better your character permanently by increasing some stats. And I think we're going through that later in more detail.
I think Bruce is pretty keen to talk about that. He's going to talk about how that all works. You've seen Bruce on the stream before, and he's like champing at the bit to like, I want to tell everyone about this. He won't tell you everything because spoilers.
He's on the edge of his seat in the green room every time we mention it. It's great.
There's a bit of a knife edge with that one because we want to, say some things, but we can't say everything because there's some really cool stuff coming with that.
But you level up and you can increase some stats and you improve your character permanently.
I actually had a question for you because we talked about like what happens to your character at 5:15. Like I go to New York, right?
Yeah.
And no more gear score anymore.
Yeah.
How do you get to New York?
So actually, you can, no matter where you left off from in the division, if you are World Tier 5 or in gear score 500, or if you are level 29, you can just jump straight to the Warlock campaign. You just go to the New York pilot, and then you get boosted to a level 30 character. So you can start playing right away, and once you get to New York, your character will be a level 30 character. You'll keep your gear, so your precious build will be with you, and you'll start
level 40 that will
level
boost
31 gear.
stats instead of XP.
I do think also people should know that they can't go back to DC until they finish the storyline of New York, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Finish that whole thing, go through the whole
Make sure
story
you guys
and
grab everything
what happens, but
before you go
do the plot,
New York.
You can then go back and forth between DC and New York, correct?
Yeah, and once you're back in DC, everything is 40, and you can just switch between them.
And there's some pretty other major changes happening there while you're out. So it's good when you come back that it's a pretty different DC.
Yeah, before the show I was talking to everyone who's you're going to see on the stream today, and that was I had a question about, once I do New York stuff, is there a reason to go back to DC or a reason to go back to New York? What's the thing? But there seems to be like there's things to do in both places.
Yeah,
right?
Particularly when we get into seasons, we'll talk a little bit like there is a lot of stuff that is unique to happening inside of DC once you're once the sort of in-game seasons cadence has started.
But
we'll
also,
get
for,
to.
for example, so of course you reach level 40 and then your real gear hunt starts. So you now have the stats that are, and you have god rolls. So your aim will be to get god rolls across the board, right?
Hell yeah.
So that will be
All I want is god
number
rolls.
one sort of hunt. And actually, so we've introduced the loot targeted system, targeted loot system, and the New York map will have those pools as well. So you can use the two maps to target the loot that you want.
Yeah. So Frederick's going to be on the stream in just.
It does look different though.
Gear things that are coming. I want to go over to something that I think would kind of sneak under the radar of features, but I think is one of the coolest things coming in Warlords of New York: global difficulty. It's one of those kind of like maybe not sexy terms.
Yeah.
But is a huge game changer.
So it's really strange. Like the gear that you get from going to higher difficulties is better. Like it starts having essentially a different base power than all the we do a lot of generation stuff to loot, and it's rad. And so you're trying to chase that better and better rolls and get those into your recal bench, and upping the difficulty is a really great way to do that. But also, you've got this whole big open world. Why not just change the difficulty there? What if you could just change the difficulty of the open world so that everyone's heroic now? Wouldn't that be just wild and possibly foolish? And I love just letting people make mistakes. It's
I love it.
It's a delight. And so when you get into the end game, you can immediately go into global settings, and you can just change your world to hard or your world to challenging. It brings all of the control points up with it as well. So everything's, control points are all level 2. Control points are all level 3.
That's mad.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Also, you may have noticed that I said that you can change it all the way up to heroic. Every single mission in the game and every faction now supports heroic. And that's going to happen for all people in World Tier 5 as well. So, hey, once Warlords of New York is out, you can go and play Roosevelt on heroic against the outcasts. And it just sort of cascades through the game. So you essentially just up the ante on the entire thing.
That's what I mean with that's one of those like sleeper features that I don't want it to like slip anyone by. That's huge. And you kind of brushed over it before, but as we said, like you have
so level 30 to level 4 will be in New York. Yes,
Nudie. And higher difficulties, right?
Yeah, I really want to stress how
until you
important
finish
this changes, because we
New
really
York
wanted
mission.
to make sure that like upping the difficulty on the content really on the missions that you're playing really meant something to your chances to get better gear. And while we've had that in the past, I feel like now we've gotten to a place where we can actually feel like yes, we can balance it the way we want, and you can feel the difference.
And you can visualize it so much.
You can visualize it,
there.
absolutely. So higher power on the items and higher chances for god rolls with every upgrade.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh no, please.
I don't want to. I wanted to just piggyback on the heroic difficulty for missions and say they were also adding legendary difficulty.
There we go.
Legendary is like incredible. We're doing it to 3 missions. So the 3 main strongholds inside of DC itself. So that's Roosevelt Island, District Union Arena, and Capitol now have an upgraded version of Black Tusk. So it's Black Tusk who, it's not just, we're not just doing numbers to these guys. They are meaner, more terrible human beings. They aim for the head. They aren't fooled by you trying to go around in a circle from behind cover, or at least not as much. They acquire a target very quickly. They spend less time. They react to skills faster, and it's just all of them, whether they're a red bar or a purple bar.
What time does it start tomorrow? I don't know yet.
It has the same sort of checkpointing rules as applies to heroic, now apply to legendary. It does scale for any number of players. That's also another change to heroic. Heroic is now.
It does says if you see in the bottom, it says maintenance tomorrow from 9:30 to 12:30 p.m. CET.
They're just
so
the worst, most terrible.
Probably after that maintenance.
Drew's got some info about those, so we'll be around to talk about those. I think talking about them doesn't really do them justice.
I cheat them down to story and they still kill me. Like,
okay. Cool. I like it. There was a question in chat. I don't know if we have the right people here to answer it, but does the global difficulty affect the raid, or is that outside?
So for me, it's 6:30.
The raid experience. So like global difficulty directives, global events when we talk about them don't apply to the raid, because we don't want you to be setting stuff on the leaderboard or anything like that that would give you a competitive advantage based on odd settings. Or we also don't want people to be changing their campaign and their DC and New York experience so that they can have a different raid experience.
Sure, that makes sense.
We will, however, have Dark Hours
at
level 40 with Warlords of New York.
Cool.
So you can play the raid in level 40 scaling.
At both 30 and 40, so they're two separate, essentially, versions of it.
Do we know what the rewards for level 40 will be yet, or we should leave that for another day?
They are level 40 rewards.
Okay. All right, I tried. Sorry, chat. But no, that's very cool.
I guess there's gonna be new stuff coming.
I have a note in front of me. I'm trying to remember this.
That gun's legendary killer.
Does have
You already know I'm gonna be on that.
Cool.
It's not.
I gotta solo that thing, legendary.
That you get for actually like getting this major achievement.
I want to show off.
Yo, thank you for that tip, man. I appreciate that
really
support.
Actually, a lot of the family things that we've had I love. Mwah.
And since it's the highest,
Look at these guys.
the
You guys
highest
weird.
chances for the most powerful loot.
I'll be at work.
Cool.
Sucks. Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah,
I'll be at work.
overlook.
For me, it's 6:30 in the
Across
morning.
everything, if increased, will give you
That's
higher
gonna
chance.
be
better stuff.
time for
And
me to
XP,
go to
which
work.
matters a lot now for your shade level.
But
All right, well,
it is what it is, I guess.
A lot of things to keep track on for your endgame.
So much.
I open roll
You can
will
see why
be
this one's
challenged now.
Seasons. We can talk about it now.
I can
know
finally talk about it.
We did a bit of an
let's talk
oopsie
about the
soft
seasons.
For,
What is
the
seasons?
PTS a while ago, and someone was like, "Seasons."
Oh yeah, the prototype for Seasons made its way out into PTS.
What day?
I guess months ago, because I've been busy. We've all been busy.
Yeah.
So Seasons is a new additional layer of progression. It starts 7 days after we launch. So on March 10th at like 7 a.m. I think, like standard time. I don't know.
We'll,
GMT 0. What? Like it starts. What happens immediately at that point is the first target of the seasonal manhunt appears, and so after you've defeated Keener, that's not the end of the world. There is more stuff happening in it, and new targets are surfaced by the Shade Network that must be dealt with. There's a strong narrative to it. Like there's you will collect information on these people. They're presented in the same way as the main Warlords of New York campaign, and each new target, each one of the new lieutenants is going to appear every 3 weeks. They're going to get added to the map. But while you are pursuing them, you gain season levels, which is a way of getting rewards along a track that you can see. I think Ella has an asset.
Yeah, let's take a look at.
Let's take a look if we can at the actual like posters page, not the rewards page.
We'll take a look. I
Let me
think we may
see.
have redacted some things because we don't want you to see
Manhunt
exactly what's
season.
going on there, but it is a thing. Season.
It is a thing. It is, and there's some plot that I'm glad that we've redacted. We had to look this over earlier today. So this is the first 3 weeks. So this is us having cheated our way forward to March 10th. New target comes out. We have an
Ongoing.
XP multiplier that runs for a week during that period, where you can gain a set number of levels that we are still tuning. And then the first league starts. Oh my God! I get to talk about leagues. Can I talk about leagues now? Is that all right?
I will allow it.
All right. So leagues are a way to compete both with other players on a leaderboard, but also with set milestones that we've developed. They say, hey, try to beat this particular mission on challenging in as fast as you can, and it like pops a timer on the screen and essentially like says, oh, you're reaching. Oh, you almost got the first place time. Oh, you missed it. Now try the second place time. Oops, you missed it. Now try the third place time.
All right,
and
that's it, guys.
In addition, there are
leagues.
also
Who
some
can
grindable
beat
stuff,
legendary
like
missions
Outcasts
solo?
on fire.
Who wants to join my
Leagues
league?
last for 2 weeks. They give you essentially like 2 whole chances to gain a bunch of stages, to earn rewards towards getting some unique vanity pieces like new backpack trophies and patches, as well as a bunch of seasonal loot. We're gonna get into that, but there's a bunch of new items coming along. Then you play those for up to 2 weeks, and meanwhile, during the second week of those leagues, a global event will start. So you saw
Global
Polarity Switch there,
event.
which is
Global events are back
really
too.
just it's my favorite. No, okay, the second one's my favorite, but I've got a lot of children. I love them all. But it's like, oh, I am suddenly negatively charged, and until I reload or change weapons, I'll remain negatively charged, and there are negatively and positively charged enemies, and they all have to die. How do I deal with this? And it's a juggling act of trying to have the right weapons and combinations of skills to be able to handle the fact that you can not be able to hurt opposite polarity people, but greatly regret hurting opposite polarity people.
Interesting.
And it's just such a weird juggling match to do. It's entirely opt-in. It's full of special challenges that if you complete those challenges, you can get rewards that include patches and gear and backpack trophies. It's a really strange way of playing the game, and it applies to everything inside of the open world. So all of the missions doesn't happen in Dark Zones, doesn't happen in the raid, but everywhere else is just alive with this totally new way to play, as well as a list of like dumb calls to action, like, hey, switch the polarity of 50 enemies. Also, figure out how to switch the polarity of enemies.
Punching enemies as well?
It is punching them right in the face.
What the
That's
hell?
cool.
Works
Sorry.
in real life.
Spoilers. Wait, don't encourage people to punch each other in the face.
It depends on who they
I'm,
are. Shoot,
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yo, this guy is
what's
nuts.
What's wild is like all of that is going on in the framework
This
of
guy is
this
crazy.
new target who is being developed over the course of the season with new storylines.
This guy is-
And when you get to them, I'll be ambiguous. They
You
also,
don't like the sound
much
of
like
that?
The bosses of
The
Warlords
sound of
New York,
what?
Have
The
a unique
leaks?
skill. She has the there you go. The EMP sticky bomb, a variant of the sticky bomb. And so when you complete this new campaign that is just there during the season, you have this window to get this skill. Congrats. And I'm super
cool.
excited about it. It's super fun to use on Black Tusk, let me tell you.
That's awesome. Apparel events?
Apparel events are totally there. They've been restructured and reclarified. They're like actually literally right on the edge of that schedule right there. So they now it's just super clear.
Legendary melee
gain this many
shall
levels.
enjoy.
It tracks how many of them to get your next key. Here's how many keys you have. Here's how many pieces of the collection you've got. It's really nice to just have it all in one package and one piece of UI.
Yo, Snooty, that's a great idea, actually.
Participating in seasons, which
That's a
unlock
great
the
idea.
completed
You would
main
get
campaign
like a
of
certain,
Warlords
like
of New York.
a specific skin.
I feel like I've left something
only
else
if you
out,
complete.
like, the reward track in
like
its entirety.
Ella, can we show
a
the reward
difficulty.
track? I forgot about it.
Yeah, let's show the reward track.
We can say that with every new season, we're going to add new gear. And with the expansion, we're adding a bunch of new gear. So we're adding
well,
20
this is
ranks.
kind of like
We're adding 10 new
this is
stats,
kind of like the
10
what is it
weapons,
called?
19
Breakpoint.
new named weapons, and 2 gear sets.
That's a lot.
Drop
Named
2
items, I
random
think. They
season
are, I think it's
exclusive
gear and
items.
weapons, actually.
Yeah.
And so it's wild. You can see an example of just the first 5 season levels here. There's a premium track that you can buy a pass to gain access to, and you've got that top track. That top track contains one of every gear piece, every gear set piece. So you can see some of the new set there, whose name is redacted. But
Oh,
those are
new
also new
gear
named
set.
weapons along the top. So every named weapon.
We have new
every-
gear set
Just
too.
one copy of each of the gear set pieces, all along that top track, which means that you can just page through this reward track and see, oh, here's all of the new kinds of gear that are available inside of the season from just that one look. It's wild.
Of course, this loot will all this gear will be in loot drops and rewards and so on. But the like filling up the levels of the season will guarantee you, and it's also a good way to preview what is in the season in terms of new loot.
Yeah, and there is an exotic in there. There's still an exotic in
Yeah.
there? Yeah, okay. There's still an exotic in there.
Okay, that's cool. There's a lot to keep. My brain is kind of overflowing. I'm glad I have some notes to guide me on some of the things we need to talk about. Directives.
Good.
Can we talk about those?
Yeah.
So directives are back.
Directives.
You may have loved
this
them in
guy
the underground
wants to talk
expansion. I
about
loved them a
the
whole
Major.
bunch. And now we've brought them back for in any mission. You can walk up to the meeting stone, or you can do it from the map, and you can be like, you know what? I hate mini maps. I just hate them. I hate them to death. I don't want to know where the enemies are. Don't tell me. I'll activate the fog of war. I don't want to know. Or
That's how you play GoldenEye 64, man. No minimap.
yes, exact. It's so good. And you could have, I don't believe in regeneration. So like, my regen stat no longer matters. I do not regenerate out of combat, nothing. You can have like ammo limiters. There are 5 of them. I love them all. They're all my children.
Cool.
But if you don't think that you just want them for a mission, you can also, when you're setting global difficulty, decide, hey, I'm going to just set for the whole damn world a directive, or 5 of them. And for doing this anteing up and just sort of incrementally increasing the difficulty of the game, you're given bonus experience.
That's a lot of
based on the experience that you earn from completing activities and missions and all that kind of stuff.
Quick question: does it apply to loot drops? Do the directives read as high
Reverse
difficulty?
the DZ into
Directives
save
is
zones.
a pretty important multiplier on the XP.
Yeah.
So you have the global difficulty for loot, and then you have your directives lever. So you can basically customize your sort of session, and you can go with, okay, I'm going to go more XP and get my shade level faster, or I'm going to go more difficulty. I mean, you can do both, of course, but we went with the directives to be more of an XP sort of boost.
Nice. That's nice and clear.
I want to watch all of you people out there. I want to watch you doing the legendary missions with all 5 of the directives on. Please.
They'll do it, man.
I know they will. I just want to see
They're crazy.
You know I
There's
will.
People doing like hardcore raids with 6 people. I see you.
I see you.
Speaking of raids, you mentioned before Dark Hours at level 40. There's a new raid coming.
Still coming in spring.
In both level 30 and 40 variants. So if you don't own...
For everybody.
Yeah. So let's say I don't buy Warlords of New York. I can still play
it at 30.
The level 40 raid. It's
play it at
play it
level
at 30.
30. Yes.
You can play the raid at 30 and get the appropriate rewards. It says here, it's the Foundry. I don't think that name has ever been said.
It has, because we showed images.
Oh yeah,
of
no,
it.
we did. Okay.
Yeah.
Oof. I always just have a little panic attack.
Me too. I saw it in the notes and I was just like, did we really ever say this out loud?
Yeah, but the Foundry.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
I do want to clarify, that is spring Northern Hemisphere.
Right.
The moment I was like,
wow.
Someone's going to come back and be like, spring. That could be September. September 1st is Southern Hemisphere
Sorry,
spring.
that was insensitive.
No, it's just the way the world works, and I get real mad about it.
Yes, I can. Oh my God.
We get so used about talking about these Northern Hemisphere seasons.
Oh God.
We do, because we don't want to say a specific month.
It's true, but Southern Hemisphere people are people too,
It's true.
So, come on. I see you.
Oh
it's currently
God.
9:30 in the morning in New Zealand, and 7:30 in Sydney and Melbourne, so hey, good morning. You should be watching the stream. I hope you are.
Yeah, they've had time
We're
to
a
get their
morning
coffee.
show now.
Yeah.
I have coffee. We're good.
There you go. That's most... Nope.
So
You
when
see it,
is the
of course.
raid?
New exotic weapons and gear.
Raid is
We've
got
kind
delayed
of
again.
shown some art for one of the exotics. There's some other ones that you'll see peppered throughout
Yeah,
the
what's
show.
up,
We'll talk about exactly
Mr. Royal
what
Kings?
They do, but there are a bunch of them. You mentioned before new high-end
What do you
weapons,
think
gear
about
brands,
conflict?
sets, and named pieces.
I think it's alright. It's not.
I mean, that's all right. What
It's
else can
alright.
you say about those? Do you have any favorites?
There's a...
We should
there's
forget
something
last
called
time, though.
Well, God, I know it's dev name.
Yeah, it's.
There's a holster that lights people near you on fire that I just enjoy the hell out of because I play very aggro builds and I can use that CC to my advantage. There's a whole bunch of them. There's a gun that doesn't run out of bullets. It's amazing.
What? Infinite ammo?
I'm going to talk about that with Bruce in a little bit. I know he's very fond of it, and Bruce and Frederick will let us know some things about that. I have.
You said a gun that doesn't run
new secrets
out of ammo.
What can you tell us about those? So there's some
Run
things
out
that
of
we need to kind
ammo.
of maybe not.
We have to
not go
tone
too far.
down the list
Yeah,
of secrets.
I
I
don't-
only check the list of
Yeah,
secrets
exactly.
we're allowed to
Check
talk
the
about.
list of secrets.
So there are, Drew kind of alluded to this in a previous stream on State of the Game. There's hunters and more.
Yeah.
We're not going to spoil
Yeah.
exactly what those are for you. They are.
Yeah.
They're going to be really cool.
They're really fun.
New audio logs from things that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, and we've gotten, it's kind of weird. You may have noticed that in certain patches, we've updated the locations of the audio logs throughout the game. And essentially, we've followed that same consistency throughout Warlords of New York as well. So you can find them inside of missions to really get the core threads of what are each of the main characters. But the history of the world itself is actually scattered throughout all the different areas, all the different districts of New York.
So there's the audio logs, echoes as well to experience. So Drew did say this to me earlier, and I'll say it now. There's the whole. There are surprises like the hunters from the Division 2 at launch, DC, but they're not hunters.
No.
No.
So not going to say what that is. It's real cool.
They're a delight.
Yeah.
Every time they've happened, I've screamed.
So theory craft that as much as you want. That's going to be real fun. Someone that Velassi still exists. I'm just going to say that. That's not tied to this, but I'm just glad that Velassi is still in the world. That's all I'll say.
There's also one more thing that like makes its way back inside of New York is that we have the zone liberation projects where it's like, oh, I need to do this stuff in the zone and get shade caches and find this special bounty boss inside for each of the different name zones. That's not a player-facing term. For each of the districts of New York.
Yeah.
And like now, because you don't have perks to purchase at the base of operations, you have a different use for shade caches, shade tech.
Yeah.
Shade tech. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, keep an eye out for these big yellow crates in the
This
safe
guy
houses.
is weird.
They require shade tech, and you can open them, and you're
It's
going to get
funny,
really
it's
good
weird.
loot and some more information about the changes that we've done to the RPG.
Nice. That's very cool. There is, if you are wanting to get some more information about some of the things that are happening on today's show, you should definitely go check out the website. So thedivisiongame.com has some
Actually, I should check out the website actually.
On the website right now. So go and check that out if you want some more in-depth information. We'll be talking about those. I think we're talking about seasons tomorrow on State of the Game because we're going to be back here again tomorrow talking about that.
I'm seeing shaking heads. I think I'm back in 2 weeks.
Oh, we changed it. It's just in the notes. Okay, no, that's the week after. Tomorrow is something different. This hasn't been updated. We switched some things around because things.
Things.
Are there any other things that you feel like we've missed? I know that we are, again, way over time, but I love it.
Maybe we can recap a little bit. So what do you care about when you reach endgame? Your gear. Get your god rolls. Super important.
Yeah.
Upgrade that recal bench. Get every single thing in them like they're Pokemon, but they're weapons.
That's that's a really good one. Shade level. Get that shade level.
They are scared to say something.
Get your
Then we have
season
seasons.
levels.
They shouldn't.
Get all those sweet
And
gear
for
sets
good reason.
and
Yeah,
items
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I can see they try not to spoil
lot.
anything.
It's a lot.
There's a lot of stuff.
Get in
And then
trouble, get
in
fired.
2004, I want to go back to it.
They're gonna be
earlier that I
fired
think
next
it's the big
next
sleeper
morning.
hit in terms of features. Global difficulty is huge for the game.
I adore
Heroic
it.
everywhere.
I play like the way that I play right now is to set the global difficulty. I'm using fresh characters so that I can experience the game, but generally too hard, and then put on all 5 directives, and it is
Just hard?
wild
Come
to
on.
be without most of the resources that Division agents are used to. Like it's a very hardcore game at that point.
Anything else, Sandra, do you think before you need to head off, or that
No,
covers pretty much everything?
Yeah,
right?
I think you can start going into the nitty gritty of the.
All right. Well, thank you, Trick and Andrada, for joining. It's a lot of fun. Again, time check, it's 9:30 p.m.
Good Lord.
We wanted to make sure that people all around the world could watch it. Unfortunately, the world is completely round, and no matter where you are, there will always be someone who is trying to watch this in the middle of the night. We feel for you. But this was the best way to reach the most people. So we'll be up here late and coming to work late tomorrow, I think. Thank you so much again, Trick, Andrada. We'll have you back on again. We might have a Q&A session at the end of this, depending on if chat wants that. We'll see. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see
Thank
again
you.
soon. Do not go anywhere, everyone, because Frederick and Bruce, I think, we have next. Yeah, we're going to talk about the core gameplay overhaul in a bit more depth. So if you have any questions about that, make sure you stick around. And
Yeah, we're gonna be
enjoy
waiting
this
for that.
transition as we unhook microphones and show you some pretty things. All right. Thanks. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Bye.
That sticky bump, man. Well, what you guys think of that legendary difficulty, like that you can apply to the whole world? Look at the new SMG though. Is that a new exotic? It has some New York feeling to it. That's the what's it called? Not the MP5 though, the MPX. So we have a new MPX exotic. Is that the house though? Imagine. Yeah. Yeah, put it on the big screen so you guys can see it better. That's sick though. I still like the pistol a lot better. sudden mass amount of job positions available in massive cities. Right? Everybody got fired. Bunch of people got fired because spoilers. Yo, but I got so much work to do after this, man. I don't even gonna be able to put a video today, man. I gotta go analyze that. I gotta go check informations, website, and see the YouTubers that actually got footage. I think some YouTubers might have some footage though. Oh wow, wow, big YouTubers got footage for it, dude. That's crazy. Big YouTubers that I never saw playing this game ever. How much of money we have to pay now? That's the question. So it's $30. But for tomorrow starts the episode 3. Tomorrow starts the episode 3 early access, and then on the March the 3rd we have the expansion for, you know, going
Welcome
back to New York.
Ooh. How you guys feeling?
But that
Yeah, I'm
it's
hyped.
$30.
Yeah, it's finally out there,
I
all
know.
of it.
You must be excited to finally talk about your babies.
Oof, so good.
Yeah.
You know when we said back in the old state of the game that there would be new things to play and new things to get?
Oh,
I think we brought it.
I hate being vague, man.
Yeah.
So it's nice to finally be able to, you know.
You might say we brought the thunder.
Oh no, don't even. Anyway.
He loves it. He loves
do.
you
I
actually
do.
love
Yeah,
it.
no, I do.
So just a spoiler alert, Bruce has kind of been put on like tender hooks because I tricked him into thinking his mic was live when he was like dropping huge
I thought I had a hot mic moment.
You're like, wait, we just talked about how Voltron invades New York and I didn't mean to, well, that doesn't actually happen by the way.
The fact that you play the dog, you just, no. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But it's okay. We're good?
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
All
We're
right.
We're going to talk about gear.
Yes, please.
RPG.
Firstly, there might be a bunch of people in chat who have never heard of any of us before. My name's Hamish. I'm one of the people that work here. I help with these streams and things. Technically, my title is content lead, but it's misleading because I don't work on game content. So we just say host for this, which works. Frederick, Bruce, who are you and what do you do here at Massive?
I'm one of the game designers working with Frederick on a lot of, I guess my major responsibility has been RPG and gear sort of balance meta work for the most part, along with shade level stuff.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that. People have started to get a bit of a teaser of what that means. They've seen some stuff in the previous main event. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty
we
keen
don't
to
really
talk about it.
We'll talk about it a little bit, but not too much because, like I said before, it's one of those things that is, we don't want to give any spoilers about what happens.
Yeah.
The hype is real. I'm
I was
going
actually
back
saying
to
before
Division 2
that
for sure.
people might think
Hell
back
yeah,
in
man. Welcome
2013
back,
when we
man.
actually see the
Jason.
agent do some watch stuff. So this has been an idea that's been floating around for a while. It's really cool to finally see that this is, I mean, this isn't the same thing that we were proposing back then, but being able to look into a watch, very cool, man. I'm excited.
Look into a watch?
What should we start with?
We just get Frederick's introduction.
Oh,
Anyway,
man, the people know Frederick.
I'm Frederick. We do gear together. There you go.
Cool.
We sit in a small room and we argue a lot.
That we do loudly.
All right. We did talk about these changes a few weeks back about changes to the core
so
gameplay,
messy.
you know, the RPG system, the way that drops happen.
Yeah.
People
And we couldn't give all the context then.
Yeah, people will have famously known that we had a budget system about how loot was generated when it dropped. That's been changed, and now everything can roll god rolls.
It's what you see is what you get.
Mhm.
Like you see a little bar, how high something can go. You know how close it is to being the perfect like God roll. You know if something's bad. You know if something's good. Gear is just much more straightforward.
Yeah.
That's one of the things we wanted to do. We wanted to make gear intuitive. Like you could just look at a piece of gear, read it, make a decision if you want to wear it immediately. So we've also removed a bunch of barriers to entry, like requirements on talents, so that you can get that joy of just like, oh, this piece is great. I'm going to try it on and try how it feels. So that's there.
Yeah.
A lot of obscure knowledge removed. You know, you don't have to know what can roll on what, etc. So those were kind of our goals: make intuitive gear with more build opportunities than ever before.
Cool. Ella says we have asset. What this?
What this?
Screenshot,
I think.
Think it's worth telling people that regardless of if you own the expansion or
it's
not,
very important.
This will be the way that you experience loot globally across the game.
So
Yeah. And one of the things that you can see here too is the sort of
This is the
extent to
new-
which we've made adjustments and changes. You can see like
Yo,
Badger
the
Cup
Ferris
brand
Group
set
AB
is now-
got a
has
buff,
much
though.
more strong sort of profile.
10% assault rifle damage
called
still,
action, which is
10% reload speed, and 10% stability.
And then you go on from
Bro.
there, and you know, this is encouraging. you
So
to be
Wyvern
aggressive,
wear,
you
skill
can get up
damage,
close and
skill
personal,
effects,
and, you know,
and
it's gonna
skill
boost your armor, but
duration,
it's also
and
gonna
then
give you
Badger
more skill
Tough
as well.
shotgun damage, total
And
armor,
it's a blue core.
and armor on kill.
And then you've got Wyvern wear, which is kind of, this is a few of our brands have gone through pretty significant, let's say,
Revamps. if you will.
identity,
Yeah.
brand identity revamps. So Wyvern wear is now a skill damage brand set. And there's been adjustments as well to Fenris, which is we're doubling down on what makes assault rifles effective, which is, you know, reload speed and stability. And we've sort of removed attributes from brand sets that felt perhaps unintuitive or counterintuitive to what you expect from that kind of a profile for the brand.
Cool.
And those things, specifically brands, they will strike through even if you stay at level 30. Like if you can't buy the expansion, or maybe you can't buy the expansion yet because it's not end of the month and you don't have the cash, or whatever reason why you want to hold off, you can still play the game at level 30. You'll still get these changes to gear. You'll still be able to see the bars and all of this stuff. And in fact, if you stay at level 30, all your gear score 500 gear will stay gear score 500, but the actual power level will be upped to gear score 515, which means there are new things to get and new things to grind for, even if you can't jump into the expansion quite yet.
Oh, cool.
That's always good to know. The other stuff, do you want to talk about Recal a little bit?
We should definitely talk about Recal.
I would love to talk about Recal.
Recap Recal. Let's do that.
Yeah.
I said I wasn't going to say Pokédex, so maybe you should.
So I shouldn't either. Okay.
Yeah.
So recalibration, as mentioned in the excellent summary trailer at the beginning of the stream, the idea is if you found something, a good roll once, and extracted it from that piece of gear, then you can just use that to your heart's content. So if you found a really good
Unlimited
roll
ammo,
of
yeah.
kitchens,
That
4
guy
chest
said something
pieces,
about unlimited
and you
ammo.
extracted that at your recal bench from that piece, then you can use that roll and put it on any chess piece you find from then on.
Okay.
And because you can do it an infinite number of times, once it's there, it sort of becomes this goal to find all of the best rolls in the game and fill that bench, right? And you can even see it in the presentation of the bench. It'll light up orange in each square when you have everything perfectly collected in there, etc.
It's also really satisfying when you see a piece of gear drop and then you see that, oh, this is something that I actually, this is better than anything I have stored.
Yeah.
Is very satisfying.
I don't know if we have that on that image we just saw, but there are little chevrons under the bars to tell you how it compares to what you have in your bench. So you can make a decision on the fly. No, it's not in this older build. That's unfortunate.
It's not in
but
here.
Still, the point is, if you can imagine a little white chevron under each of these bars to tell you how they compare to what's in your recalibration bench, and that will tell you whether or not you should keep it for the bench or if you don't need it. I think that's it's going to make like quality of life for being out in the field and deciding what to keep, what to trash, etc. a lot better.
Cool. I like that. The other thing that people may notice on here, so the skill tier stuff, we talked about that on State of the Game when you were last on. For people who didn't get a chance to do that to watch that stream, there's 6 skill tiers.
6 skill tiers, 1 for each slot of gear that you can equip.
Yeah. So that'll put you up there. And then there's also a way, we showed a video about the overcharged turret, right? The way I like to think of it is skill tier 7 that you can't reach any other way than through special.
Hopefully at least 60 FPS for consoles, man.
Referencing World of Warcraft.
But I don't. I mean, it's hard.
Like super
it's hard to happen.
Can get
60
every once
FPS.
in a while. That will make your skills do really impressive things.
Maybe for the
Can
new
you tell-
generation of
I would
consoles.
be very stupid if I did not ask you about what you can tell us potentially about weapons.
About weapons.
Coming-
Yeah, I don't think we brought
coming in
a
Warlords. We
we
don't-
didn't bring a screenshot of it,
No.
but so the way weapons work is quite simple. You're going to have your 2 core stats, which you'll recognize from the live game. So you get damage. You'll see how well they've rolled in terms of damage on a bar, just like all the other stats that we're showing now. And then the type bonus, crit chance for SMGs, etc. And then they have a third roll, which can be a lot of the things that used to appear as like static talents, like extra mag size or RPM, or even crit damage or headshot damage. So you can get this third bonus roll on orange weapons that can be a whole spectrum of different random attributes. So you can find an SMG with crit chance and crit damage on it.
Cool.
Or an assault
Yo,
rifle
that would be
with,
crazy. Imagine that.
Well, damage to health, which it already has at base, and then maybe headshot damage on it. Which, would be a good roll. And then it has its active talent, which is the big active talent that it used to have, the one with a little hologram projection on it.
Yo, that's crazy. Now
You
we
hear
get
us any, like,
Sue.
hot nuggets about new weapons, exotic weapons. You got any?
We've seen a couple. Just before this segment, we saw.
So what should we?
Let's call that one out, Lady Death.
Yeah. So should I describe what it does?
Let's go for Lady Death.
So the SMG with the gnarly looking.
They're so
spiky
scared of
brass
saying
knuckles
something
on
that
the
they shouldn't.
vertical grip, is quite spicy, and it synergizes exceptionally well with a certain gear set that I'm not going to spoil or reveal. But let's just say it fits very well within the sort of niche of the aggressive, flanking, high-tempo, movement-based.
It's run and gun.
It is the epitome of run and gun.
Yeah.
As you're moving, you gain stacks, and you gain more stacks when you're sprinting. And when you're shooting, you consume these stacks to amplify your damage. And that's an important new sort of verbiage or nomenclature for our players to understand now. Is one of the big significant things that we're doing with Warlords of New York is we're actually doing a large pass over all of our sort of weapon talents and gear in order to make the descriptive text and how we explain what they do very, very intuitive and clear. So whenever you see something that says amplifies your damage, it means that it's going to take the big sum total of all of your bonuses and it's going to multiply it.
Including crit and headshot and everything. It's going to take the final damage value and amplify it by that talent.
So it's very clear. So Lady Death, that SMG, has a talent called Breathe Free, and that's this, as you move, you're building stacks, and as you shoot, you consume stacks to amplify your damage quite significantly. And when you kill somebody, you get a run speed buff as well, which you can keep chaining and just go on a murder spree.
It's pretty rad.
It's pretty great. It's
You get a move. Sorry.
Yeah, on kill.
You turn into a frenzy barb.
You
go. If you want to go there, yeah.
Yes.
That SMG is about to get
your huddled masses to breathe free.
But on that note, like we want our exotics to do these big ticket things that are easy to understand, so they don't have the breakdown of like one big talent and then another and then a third holstered. So they have one big talent and then they have the
I think
rolls.
To sum it up, it's like I think we felt that we could do a lot more with less, to have a very impactful and meaningful talent without having a bunch of contingencies or things that needed to be sort of.
It's not a whole novel to read.
Exactly.
Anymore.
You can at a glance you can see and be like, oh, I play aggressive, I kill things better, I move faster.
Yeah. This is my favorite.
Should we spoil that?
We're about to be.
I was just gonna say, like, I got a cool one out of you. Can I get something?
Rocky, there's a lot.
We're gonna show them.
Dalton, there's a lot of new stuff, man.
We showed the
exotics.
golden LMG yet?
I don't know if we've showed it, but it's coming up.
It's coming up, so I'll spoil it before it gets there. So there's a gun called, and this is a throwback for everybody who played the Division 1, called the Bullet King.
Ooh.
And it has a talent called Bullet Hell, and the talent reads, "This gun does not need to be reloaded." And
this is what I was saying. I have
every 100 hits replenishes everybody's ammo.
And shout out to Adrian.
Yeah.
One of its,
Holy shit.
Attachments.
I didn't mean to
called
swear.
the mag of holding.
Don't, man. Don't do it. Oh.
So yes, you can essentially
This is
shoot
an RPG.
without ever reloading. It has a very, it makes sense. It's very, this is all realistic.
Yeah, sure.
But it has arguably the highest sustained DPS in the game.
Oh my
But
god.
it does one more thing.
We got an LMG
Every
that
100
you
bullets
don't
that
need
hit
to
a target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You replenish everybody's ammo.
replenish. Oh, did you say
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I was so keen to talk about the mag of holding.
Well, because you know,
mag of
it gets
holding.
me.
You
The
got a
per-
you got a
just
new
like the
LMG
person I
that doesn't
play
need to be
D&D
reloaded.
And traditionally, I hate the bag of holding
It's
in
the
in
dumbest
D&D.
thing. It's the worst.
It's super
It's
dumb.
awful.
And I
If
just
anyone from Wizards of the Coast is watching,
kill it with
just get
fire.
rid of it.
Kill that and kill the luck feat. That's a
Anyway.
Okay, moving on.
Anyway, I think gear, yes. So just in summary, you're going to be able to climb, obviously, to level 40. At level 40, there's no gear score.
Oh,
That's
these
just
guys.
something we had in the world tiers, and that's not at level 40. So you're just going to be improving your gear by what you see. The bars that grow and get better rolls, etc. Get better rolls at higher difficulties, etc. There's going to be new exotics, new gear sets, new brands, all of that stuff. If you stay at level 30 for whatever reason, please don't jump in with us. But like if you do, you're still going to get a higher gear score that you can climb to and new stuff to loot. All of the new talents on gear are available at level 30 as well. So you're not missing out on that part of the meta. Yeah, it's going to be pretty good.
I want to go over to what I know Bruce wants to talk about. We glossed over it before, the shade levels stuff. And Dryden brought it up, and we've talked about it a little bit. How would you explain it to someone who is like, I've got to level 40, there's this new thing. Why am I interested in
Without
shade
going
levels?
into too much depth, it's essentially a system that's going to be very familiar, I think, to most players who play action RPGs or looter shooters and whatnot. So think of Paragon levels or the badass rank system. It's a way for the player to essentially continue to progress their character with incremental, discrete increases or improvements to their attributes in
That they
various
get
ways.
to pick.
Yeah, and essentially, you've got 4 core sort of nodes with subnodes, and each of them pertain to weapon offense, skills, defense, and I guess weapon handling and whatnot. And there's we mentioned it's an infinite system, but the sort of it's quite finite in that we don't want players to essentially become uber gods after 1,000 hours of playtime, right? There is a cap to it. But you can continue to level this up. The shade
Progression
levels
beyond next level, right?
at an infinite to near infinite, or right now there is no limit, so you could go as high as the sky is the limit. And there's prestige rewards that go along with that, with cosmetic unlocks and whatnot.
And you will see on other players
Yeah.
what shade level they are. So it kind of represents a little bit of bragging right as well to be
Absolutely.
high shade.
I love bragging
high
rights.
shade level.
Peacocking and prestige
Bragging.
and all that stuff. It's
Yeah.
it's all wrapped into one pretty nifty feature.
I'm all for it. I've got a few rapid fire questions that I've
Yeah,
seen
go.
in chat. We'll have new gear sets? Question mark?
Well, it says, will we have new gear sets? We will have new gear sets, and all of the existing gear sets have been revamped.
Cool. So old exotics will be trash? Question mark?
All gear you have is at level gear score 500, and the new max is 515. You judge if it's trash or not. Like if you're gonna go to 40, your current exotics are not gonna cut it clearly, because that's 10 level above.
Will we see any of the old exotics dropping at level 40?
You'll be able to.
Oh,
get,
absolutely.
Yeah, you'll be able to get all of the old exotics, which have also all been revamped to fit the new style of gear, and they will be available at level 40 as well.
But my current exotics, my gear score 500 exotics, when I am level 40, can be considered trash.
When you're level 40, yeah, then
So you're gonna be wanting to hunt the level 40 version.
To be
of
fair,
that
that's not
exotic.
exotic exclusive. All of my gear score 500 gear at level 40.
And it's kind of what happens in a major expansion where
RPG,
you increase
right.
levels.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happens.
So Gear 2.0 come with episode 3 tomorrow.
No.
That's the stuff we talked about instead of game, Gear 2.0, all of that belongs to
Now
the
I
same pack
understand
that drops
what
with,
a YouTuber
Warlords,
has been
which is
doing.
TU8, right?
But the gear changes and the way that whole works. that
Now
we're
I
talking about now,
understand.
There's only like 3 weeks.
We gotta go
left.
back
March
and
the-
get
March
all
the-
the exotics.
Not long. Very, very soon.
And just to reiterate, all of those changes are still free. You still get all of the changes to the gear game, all the new talents, all of that stuff for free.
Cool.
Cool.
Sorry, I was typing completely nondescript messages. That one just said still re, and I don't know what she means. So it's free.
Yeah. Everybody should know that it's almost 10 o'clock at night here, and people are, you know, like they get late at night, you get a little bit tired.
She did want us to reiterate that those things are accessible to people who do not buy.
Exotics don't mean anything anymore.
We wanted to make sure that you know that. And also, still re.
Well, I mean,
hashtag still re.
the new ones.
That's actually the name
They're
of
gonna be
that
sick though.
rat-themed pistols.
For what I heard.
Still re?
No.
Please. Oh my God.
Should we move on to the Dark Zone? I know a lot of people want to talk about the Dark Zone and PvP, and we
The more you
remiss of us
use-
not to spend enough time on that.
Please hit me with it, man. People have been itching for Dark Zone information.
Yeah, I mean, the Dark Zone is important to us. We didn't have an opportunity to have a new Dark Zone in the New York map, but the old Dark Zones have been revamped in terms of systems and in terms of what we're trying to accomplish. So we're trying to find our way back to some of
No new
what
Dark
made
Zone.
the Division 1 Dark Zone experience great. And we've kind of deliberated along, and we kind of feel we want to streamline it, make it quite intuitive. We want to make sure that it's a place you only go to if you're ready to throw down. Like, it's not a place to go and harmlessly farm PvE activities. It's a place
Exactly,
you only
that's
go
what
if
it's
you're ready.
Yeah, it's
to
what it's
encounter
supposed
other
to be.
players. Even if you're not going to fight them, you're going to play alongside them or whatever. That's what that zone is for. There's enough PvE farming in the game, in the missions and the open world and stuff like that.
We just talked about the global difficulty. There seems to be even more reason to where the PvE is. And I know the discussion we've had a lot with the community since a long time ago. People ask a PvE Dark Zone. It's really not needed from the sounds of things.
No, and it's some of the things we're doing, we're making sure that the stuff you get from the Dark Zone, be it gear, which is going to be good gear from the Dark Zone.
That's important to emphasize.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Actually,
going to be good
the Dark
gear.
Zone is one of the best places to go for some of the best gear in the game.
Any exclusive gear? I'll put you in the spot.
There is.
There's exclusive gear.
I like
and one of them is
spicy.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Cool.
So whether you go there to get gear, or maybe, you know, at some point you're done with your build or whatever, and you go there for currencies to buy it from the weekly Dark Zone vendor, the currency or Dark Zone XP, those things can only be gotten from things that have to do with interacting with other players. You know, kills, extractions, revives, so helping people, protecting extractions even if they're not yours, killing rogues, being rogue, going manhunt, all of the things that have to do with other players, those are the things that give those things. That means you're not going to get any uncontaminated loot that you can just waltz out with. You got to extract. Currency, you can see what's on the gear as it drops now.
You see the stats.
So you can make decisions. And maybe you disassemble it, and then you get some Dark Zone currency, but that's also contaminated, also got to be extracted. And all of that means that we're going to draw people more to the extraction points. And we've also done some tweaking to the difficulty level, so it's not such a hard wall sometimes. And then one of the other big things...
There's a lot of under the hood stuff.
There's a lot of little under the hood stuff.
It's difficult to kind of, we're kind of glossing over.
Yeah, and we're going to talk more about the Dark Zone
work that have been put into the Dark Zone.
We're going to have a bit more to talk about.
All right.
Shout out to
So
Gustavo
they're
and
gonna
Fabian.
have a lot of
But
stuff.
I'm just going to go on a little bit more about it. So also the occupied versus non-occupied Dark Zone, we kind of revamped that concept. So we don't want you to feel excluded from any of the Dark Zones in rotation because they're in a certain mode, and we don't want you to feel that you have to play a certain Dark Zone because it's in a certain mode. So now the Dark Zone rules are the same, and the Dark Zone scaling is sort of the same everywhere. So there's no occupied versus normal. We've revamped the rogue system to a simpler rogue system. What used to be the occupied Dark Zone is still different in that it's invaded that week, just like missions get invaded, so it's the Black Tusk that you're fighting, but otherwise it's the same Dark Zone. We're taking the best parts of both, so you know, the manhunt, kind of going high manhunt and stuff like that. We've taken that from the ODZ, applied it everywhere. We've gotten rid of gray rogue, so you're just rogue and then you're open season, or you're not rogue.
Exactly.
So it's much simpler in that regard.
I was worried when you said we've simplified the rogue system. You were going to gloss over that. So I was going to ask you to please tell us what that actually means.
He said when you rogue, open season.
It can be controversial for people, but let's just dive in. So we want you to be able to. It is a push button to go rogue, but we want you to get that moment that you currently get in the ODZ where you can get the drop on someone. We don't want to lose that. So we revamped the push to go rogue to be very, very fast. So it's like a 300 ms press, I think, like that. Very fast button press. And it doesn't abort what you're doing. So if you're aiming, you can press it and you can just go rogue and you can start shooting. So that's really important because you can still like walk against someone, go rogue, and then start shooting them. But you still get that little split second of like announcement that nearby agent is going rogue to maybe react. So we think it's probably our best compromise between.
We'll see if that's gonna work though.
You know, the
I don't know.
Unforgiving nature of going rogue and getting a slight heads up anyway.
But I mean, the 300 millisecond alert is quick, right?
That's quick, but it's PvP. You gotta have quick reactions.
Exactly.
So like that whole voice line.
Speaking of timing, we'd be remiss if we didn't discuss changes to the talents and the timing on extractions and how long it takes for the helicopter to arrive. It's quite a butt clenchy experience.
I love how seriously you say that.
Term.
We've actually implemented some butt clenching.
We applied a non-denominal multiplier to the butt clench factor. It's not insignificant.
Yeah.
So it is after 10 p.m. here.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
way past my bedtime.
And we've actually, so instead of just 2 extraction points, however, we've added 1 more. So now there's 3 extractions in a zone. So there's a little bit more options. But when you fire that flare, you're going to sweat. You're going to feel it because it's a big signal that goes out. Everyone in the zone can see it. And because everything is so enraptured or revolves around these player-to-player interactions and how important extracting is, because it's the only way to actually get this valuable loot out, especially now considering the fact that some of that loot is quite powerful and rare and
but clenchy moments.
Exotic. You're going. It's dicey.
Yeah.
It's
and we also went in and revamped what you get, the perks you get, for your Dark Zone level, and removed the things that kind of tried to avoid PvP interactions. So things that shortened extractions and stuff like that have been revamped some. So just to make sure that we maintain that balance where you can get to an extraction that you see going on, and because it now means something what Dark Zone rank you are, because the XP can only be gotten from things that have to do with other players, including reviving players. And
the solo bench, you want it back?
Protecting extraction zones, even if you don't have something on the rope.
You can be a guardian. You can just patrol the dark zone, protect other players, protect their extracts. I mean, they might look at you sideways, but get that shepherd rank up.
I love that.
But you also lose significant if you die to PvP. So it means something to maintain a high dark zone rank.
Cool. Someone was asking about the friendly player interactions. One of the things that we don't have in the notes, and we talk about it in the state of the game when we talk about the Dark Zone. But I really want to say it now. The VoIP by default is now on.
It's a zone about interacting with other players. Now it's back to Division 1 default, which is
there we
you
go.
Speak, they hear you. You can opt out. You can take it to team only, or you can turn it off.
Trash talking is zone.
No, but I mean, sometimes not everyone's as nice as you, Canadian Bruce.
I apologize to everyone.
You're like, oh,
yeah, you do.
I'm
sorry,
so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And then
we're doing accent now. I don't know, man. Yeah, so
go for it.
We probably forget things right now about the Dark Zone that are important, but I think that
ammo crates.
Yeah, we added ammo crates at every extraction site just so you can have somewhere to replenish. I think that's a lot of people want that.
Yeah, we needed that. To
go back to the heart
especially
of
for
it,
solo players.
we want the Dark Zone to be a place that you go to get good gear, sure, but you get it in dangerous ways, right? Or you are dangerous to people who are there to get gear, and you get their gear. We want to get back to that heart of what it is to be in the Dark Zone.
I like it, and I can't wait for people to experience it and let us know what they think about it. Someone was asking about the Dark Zone in New York.
It sounds good. So
we haven't had the chance to make a new Dark Zone in the New York map, so unfortunately not. I want to mention though, a lot of PvP players out there forget this. Maybe the gear changes, the changes we've been talking about and we've been showing, like the amount of impact that and the complete rebalance of the skills with the skill tier refactoring that affects how PvP plays in the short term. What it feels like to one-on-one someone or 1v4 someone or whatever, those things have significantly changed, and we've really, really spent a lot of time thinking about talents, thinking about skill balance, thinking about these things and how that feels in the Dark Zone.
I know, like, let's be real, I know a lot of PvP players out there have felt like we haven't been talking about these things. I totally hear you.
We've been talking about them.
We've been talking about
it
them
comes
as well.
up on a daily instance. Like,
You know how it is,
we're talking
Trippy.
about talents, we're
As
talking
the
about
best.
how does this play? How does this feel? What is this going to look like in the Dark Zone?
Right. To put you on the spot, obviously we've got a lot of Division 2 stuff coming and a commitment to putting a lot of awesome stuff out there. Is PvP something that, I know there's a lot of changes coming, but are you going to be looking at it closely for keeping an eye on it and making sure it is as tight as possibly can be?
PvP will always be where people call us out on if we've done the balance wrong.
Yeah.
Let's just be real.
No, it's true.
Because that's when you get exposed to build rather than just use a build. So for sure, we keep an eye on PvP going forward.
I spent more time than I care to admit in the Dark Zone in Division 1, and I've spent at least half of the hours that I've played Division 2 in the Dark Zone as well. It's near and dear to my heart. Like, I'm always going to be,
One last thing. We brought back the moment when Isaac tells you that you lost connection to the Shade Network when you first go into the Dark Zone, to bring back the mood of entering a dangerous place. I know it's a small detail, but it's important.
The devil's in the details.
Yeah.
It's nice.
All right.
I like it. I think.
Yo, Trippy, people are going to camp that. That's the
way
best.
on an hour and a half, and I
Hey,
love it. But
honestly,
we still have to get some more people.
that's
back in
what's
here.
fun in Dark Zone, man. Is that trash talk and that
Thank you. Is it-
that thing
more?
going on
Can you
like
give
in
me
the
one
Dark Zone, man.
Can you give me
It's
one
just
more?
fun.
When we're
Should
excited,
we do
gear
some
piece.
gear?
Yeah,
okay,
gear
so
piece.
Trick already mentioned Imperial Dynasty, so let's talk about. Well, we could talk about how one of them has changed, Gunslinger Holster. So that one now, this only applies to pistols, so forget about your sawed-off double barrel. But while your pistol is holstered in the Gunslinger Dodge City holster, you're building up stacks. And each one of those stacks, if I'm not mistaken, amplifies the damage of the first shot out of your pistol when you fire it by 100% and goes up to 10 stacks.
No, by 10.
Oh my God.
I think.
What did
No?
I say?
By
You
100%.
said by 100%.
Anyway,
No,
point.
each stack multiplies amplifies the damage by 100%, so it goes up to
When you pull
1,000%.
When you pull that out and shoot, you're gonna.
Oh
murder
my
someone.
God.
You're gonna
That's
do
just
a
the thing.
lot of damage with your.
Okay.
Coupled with
Rat
the fact,
pistol.
that we've sped up swapping to your sidearm, and coupled with the fact that we've sped up swapping to skills, that's also going to affect PvP as well. Just like the fluidity.
Oh my God,
of,
Gunslinger is about to be
of-
crazy. Imagine that, everybody, cowboy style.
Oh, thank you so much, guys.
So
And
much to say.
Again, there's
So
even more to say.
Jesus.
There's a lot coming. We're only 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
So the 3rd of March for.
Better
Warlords
start
of New
getting
York,
my
and there's gonna
pistol
be-
game on.
We've said a lot, but that's really kind of scratching the surface
It
of
is.
all of
Yeah.
the things.
For sure.
Thanks, Bruce,
Thank you.
Frederick.
Imagine people doing
stick around,
1v1s
Mike,
with
grab
a
another
pistol.
microphone and
Yeah, that would be
Q&A.
crazy. Gunslinger
And,
1v1.
Someone says, oh yeah, no, Ellis is that the Bullet King. If someone
Right.
else knew that, that'd be really weird. The Bullet King LMG.
We mentioned the Bullet King LMG
Yeah.
that never has to be reloaded. I think in the visuals you're going to see why.
All right.
Mag of holding.
Oh no. All right.
Transition.
Yeah. All right. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes to wrap up the stream and hang out a little bit more. We'll see you in a few. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Oh man. Oh, there he is. Holy crap. That's a big mag. So that's the LMG that does not reload. That thing is massive. Well, let me take my face out of there so you guys can see it better. That's a pretty sick LMG. That's the MG5. Is it? No. Yeah, that is the MG5, isn't it? So what you guys think of an LMG that does not need to reload? How much bullet does an LMG like MG5 has? Like total? It's about 800, right? Or more than that. Imagine 900 bullets, dude. No reloads. Just hold the trigger. Yeah, that's gonna be insane. Ernesto said, I just bought season pass year 1 for $12. I don't want to wait 1 week. I feel you. I have it already. I didn't think I would be waiting though. For $12, I don't know, man. I'm so happy that I'm gonna be started playing some stuff tomorrow. Yeah, the Bullet King is a great name though. It looks nice too though. It looks sick.
Everyone, we are closing in on I think what's going to be the end of one of my favorite streams we've ever done.
Yes.
It's been honestly a blast
Damn,
to
it's
talk
been
about new stuff.
how long have been?
We've been going for a while.
Yeah, fun, man.
It's good. It's good.
Like,
we could keep going.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry, we have to sleep.
Like, thanks,
There's work
chat.
tomorrow.
Wherever you're at on Twitch, on Mixer, on YouTube.
Yo,
if you're
Trippy,
hanging out
can
with us and
you,
being here the whole time, you are the real MVPs of this whole thing.
Can you
because,
type uptime?
It's just cool to be able to talk about new stuff with players and
so good.
get people excited about cool things. I mean, this is why I love my job. This is so cool.
Guys, if you guys want to join me on Discord, feel free to join the Discord
How exciting
because
it is even just for us to be able
I
to
will be.
finally talk about all of that.
Yeah.
And it's just hopefully I think people can see
We will be playing some PvE stuff too,
finally,
and
we
PvP.
can talk. We're free.
Yeah.
And I want to say too, like this has been a journey since we launched Division 2, right? Like we
like that sticky bomber.
We've been listening, and we've obviously like worked with like the ETF and everything like that, like which has been awesome. And
The
that's
uptime is not working?
Like, so much.
Oh,
of
it
that
is
has
working.
shaped kind of where we are
Huge.
now.
Yeah, right. I mean, we get that. You've been there for all the ETFs, right? And that's the question we get. Like the week after the ETF, is people are like, "Oh, ETF now everything changes now." That's not really how it works. It just over time that influence starts to show. And it's
That's
really
right.
Cool.
There's always kind of two layers when we do an ETF, and that's insights for future ones potentially. It's just we always have kind of two layers of conversation. There's the immediate, okay, there's this update we're doing, and here are the things we're doing, and there's always a long-term one on like ideas and things we want to talk about, or at least pick the brains of the ETF on, and they might at that point they might.
Guys,
not
by the
even
way,
have the
I
context of
appreciate
what
you
we're talking
guys
about,
being here with me, man, watching this with me.
But it's still very good learnings for us. So I think it's
You guys are awesome,
it's something
right?
that is extremely
And
valuable.
a lot of content coming in
and,
soon for the
even
channel.
when we were doing TU6 and we were doing a lot of changes to the game with TU6, there were also things that we were taking as feedback from the ETF or from the community, knowing we wouldn't have time to do it for TU6, but already taking that and being like, yeah, that'd be cool for Warlords of New York. That's when we should do it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We actually, I realized we haven't done it yet. I set up a couple of buttons earlier on our mixer over there, and we can change actually what's happening on the screen. I just want. I mean,
what's going to
people
happen
might be
behind
sick of
me?
this looping environment video. This is. We might even have time to bring it up because this is part of the stream from earlier, the main event stuff, which was streamed in 24 FPS. We have it in 60 FPS. That
was 24 FPS. That makes sense. Yo, Darkus, is he still here?
Yeah, exactly. No, not yet, but that comes in later, I think. Or maybe this is.
That was why.
This one is
But we'll come back to this later. I'll have it up in the
the Yannick
background
version
for now because it's pretty. While we talk about some other things, let's talk about the raid for a second. We brushed over it before, but can you please reiterate?
Talk about the raid.
All raiders, what they would be interested in as it pertains to both raids going forward.
Yes, so there's two things. There's Dark Hours, which is the existing raid that is going to be made available at level 40 with the release of Warlords of New York. So then you will have it both at level 30 still and level 40. And then there is the new raid, the second raid, that's going to be releasing in spring, and that one will be made available both also at level 40 and level 30. So what that means is that you don't actually need to own Warlords of New York to play it. You can play the level 40 version if you have Warlords of New York, but if you don't have Warlords of New York, you will be able to play the level 30 version because we want to make sure that everybody gets to play it.
That's right.
And when is the Foundry raid slated to come?
In spring.
Northern Hemisphere spring. Please.
Our spring. Sweden spring.
Please.
I mean,
Right.
if Sweden has spring, because Sweden usually goes from
It usually, yeah,
summer
it's,
to winter and winter to summer.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But Southern Hemisphere autumn. No, it's not called fall. Just please. No,
Thank
that's
you,
really
Hamish.
cool.
Thank you, Hamish, for clarifying.
No, I'm excited. No,
right. Very,
It's a,
very
it's
clear.
a very important thing.
people come here for the accurate seasonal remarks.
That's right. That's right.
It's important.
That's right.
Yeah.
And thank you for representing our Southern Hemisphere players.
That's,
I do
that's
what- I do
true,
what I can.
actually.
We
Yeah,
don't think
that's
about
good.
them enough. We
That's
love
good.
you.
No, but
Yes, we do.
I joke, but actually it's one of the things that growing up like in the Southern Hemisphere,
Yeah.
I always get pissed off.
Yeah.
So it's
Fair. Fair.
Sorry.
there you go.
Sorry. All of
Thank you. I
failed you.
on behalf of Southern Hemispheres, I
So I mean,
accept your apology.
Northern Hemisphere spring, Southern Hemisphere
Autumn.
autumn.
Thank you.
What's the opposite of?
All right. So, like we said before, we have State of the Games coming up.
Yeah.
You'll be joining us for some of those.
Yeah.
We'll go a bit deeper on some things. Can you give us a teaser on some of the things we might kind of delve a bit more into?
Yeah. So I think obviously there's a lot to talk about with just our new endgame in general, right? So we really want to talk about that and kind of all of the different activities and all the different things that you can do in endgame, right? Because now there's global difficulty, directives, legendary, heroic with all factions. Like, I mean, there's tons of stuff there, even that I'm not mentioning, right?
Yeah. That is tomorrow.
And that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. State
That's
of the
tomorrow,
Game, right?
Yes.
We did kind of a
Guys, we got a live stream tomorrow, though.
Yeah.
More granular details about the Dark Zone tomorrow as well.
Mhm.
And then we'll do a deep dive on the new factions and kind of what that means. Probably also, I'm just going to say it here. Sorry.
Spoilers.
We'll talk a little bit about legendary difficulty and what makes that AI special, because it is a brand new AI that pulls out all the stops.
The hunters.
Then, of course,
That's the hunters. The hunters are coming for the legendary. Gotta be.
because there's so much cool
In
stuff
depth.
in
We're
there.
only
There's
going
a
with
lot
that.
with seasons. So yeah.
Yeah.
I recognize that
There's-
backpack, by the way,
Which backpack?
in Seasons.
Oh,
Interesting.
interesting.
Yeah.
Funny that.
That was interesting.
Funny.
Interesting color.
What does it mean? So there's a huge list of stuff. I mean, we've talked about it before. Level 40, gear score 515 for other people, new main missions, new side missions, new open world areas, recalibration, exotics, new gear and weapon skills, SHD levels, all the seasons, which we'll go in a little bit deeper on, legendary difficulty, heroic difficulty, new bounties, new factions, like we talked before. We've got Rikers Cleaners, we've got some Black Tusk LMB team-ups.
Yeah, for me too, man.
Oh my
I'm
god,
gonna be
I
at
see on
work.
this list now.
crew.
We haven't even talked about peacekeepers.
It's true.
Yeah, and Peacekeepers, that's right.
Uh,
That brand new
Damn.
friendlies
I'm excited
in
about
New
this.
York.
Cool. So, not JTF.
How do
I see where this conversation's
How do
going.
they rank?
I see where this conversation's going. Okay, I get it. I know. I've made JTF. I'm gonna say I made the JTF in Division 1. They're a lot better than the JTF.
So if you were to rank, JTF,
Oh, he's the one who made the
Peacekeeper,
JTF.
and Stormtroopers.
Yeah.
How do you rank them?
Yes. Okay. So JTF, Stormtroopers, Peacekeepers.
Wow, that's so mean.
Alright.
They were trying.
Yeah.
They seemed nice.
Yeah, they were very supportive of the agent.
They're good people.
They're like, Agent, we've come here to save the
I mean,
day.
they
Can you
tried.
actually do everything? We're just gonna look busy.
We'll just get
And
the
take
shots
your
for
cover.
you.
But
yeah,
it is something
exactly.
to,
Keep
I
you out of
think
cover.
one of the things that people will, but when you do a revenue, there's a bit of
That's true,
mistrust
though.
of
The JTS from
usage.
Division 1
Right.
were
That's right.
so
That's
You've
right.
like,
left, you're like, I'm too big for New
mess.
York, I'm out, I'm gonna go to DC or
they were
whatever.
useless.
And then you arrive and they've been dealing with shit for months and months and months.
Yeah, I mean, so like, essentially, right? You
and they
arrive
kick you out of your cover too.
to Haven, which is essentially a thriving settlement. And I guess that we kind of allude. I don't think this is a spoiler, but your old friend Paul Rhodes is there.
He was just on the screen before
Right.
and he doesn't
So-
give a shit.
Yes, I love Paul Rhodes.
And he's my favorite.
I like that you look at me as if I know what you're about to say.
Yeah, this was the. Can I say this, Yannick?
Sure.
Can I say
no
this?
idea what you're about to say,
So, what's what's cool, right, is that they're a thriving community, and they are actually distrustful of the Division. So when you arrive, they're like, hey, like, we don't really need you here. You're just going to bring us trouble. So one of the things that you need to do, in addition to everything else you're there to do, is to kind of earn their trust.
And I think it's I mean, that's an interesting part
Yo,
of
Eric,
the whole
yep.
story as well. It's
You're
the
trippy,
fact
you
that
can
that
accept
takes
that-
place so
that
8
comment.
months after the events of the first game, and so that means that you had all the events in Washington D.C. Like all the agents were called back to Washington D.C.
He's the
for
one.
the story of the Division 2. So that means like the ones that were in New York, which was one of the most hardly hit places.
that comment is awesome.
They left. They went to Washington. So you're dealing with the aftermath of not only the hurricane, not only Keener and all that, but also just the place being left alone, still with a few agents, but just a skeleton crew because everybody went to DC. So of course, people kind of lost trust.
Okay.
Yeah.
So peacekeepers you'll interact with, and there's some cool interactions there.
Yeah.
All right. We'll leave that to the players to experience because that's really cool. I do want to kind of clarify something. I know someone in chat was asking about. It seems that on Uplay they're getting the idea that Warlords of New York will be included in the Year 1 pass.
No.
No, the expansion is separate from the Year 1 pass.
Yes, it's separate.
Yes, cool. Just wanted to clarify that.
Twice
we
Derby. They
obviously
just talked
have
about
new secrets and collectibles.
PvP,
We talked about
the
that.
Dark Zone. How is that going to
Echoes,
work? And
I'm
stuff
super
like
excited
that.
Audio
about
logs.
something that we're absolutely not going to talk about.
This is what I said before. The not hunters.
Yeah, that makes it's a lot of fun in the game. It really changes up the way some run-of-the-mill content kind of happens. Yep.
And new combinations and achievements, the global difficulty stuff we talked about with Trick
Yep.
before. We did not talk about full gear dyes, and I know you love them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Please.
All right, we can talk about this?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so
We should
excited.
talk
All right.
about it.
All right. So
This guy is he's
something
always
I
excited.
think that a lot of us and probably a lot of players
It was.
can maybe
Eric got a
echo this
great
sentiment.
comment right now.
Something that I think that we didn't really fulfill in Division 2, where the gear dyes that you'd pick up, especially the solid ones, when you'd apply it, it kind of only applied to like a third
If that.
of the
Just
gear
covered
or something
pieces
like
of
that.
the gear, but that's
And I was like, kind of disappointed. Like sometimes it was really cool, right? But other times you're like, hey, I just want actually like my whole backpack to be white or whatever, right? So, super excited.
You're unreasonably excited.
Unreasonably excited by this
you have
little
no
thing.
idea for how long it's been
which
going on about
is,
that.
we now have full gear dye, so you can actually dye your entire gear. So if you want all black, all white, all red, whatever.
All pink.
Yes, all pink. Like you can just go through it.
That's really cool.
People are gonna go all pink.
What color do you think Lionel is gonna go for?
One of each on each piece.
Yeah, exactly.
probably.
That's. I mean, we
Probably
know
should
that.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. There's something else actually that I feel like we haven't talked about,
Go
and
for
we're
it.
probably not going to
Well,
talk
he's
about
going to
because I just remembered
sponsor
actually when
this.
we were sitting backstage, and that is.
We don't have a stage. Don't make
We
people
don't
feel
actually-
like
we're actually sitting in a meeting room.
In a meeting
between.
room with a TV,
So that. I
You make
tried
it
to
sound so
cool.
fancy.
Yeah.
In the green room.
No.
We have new character heads.
Yes, that's true.
That's
We have new
it.
character heads. So when you create a character, you're going to see a bunch of new character heads, and actually, they're the character heads from. They're new, but they resemble all of the character heads from Division 1.
Yes.
How did no one tell me this?
Yeah. So
That
you
is
can
so cool.
recreate your Division 1 agent in the Division 2.
That should be the first thing on the
Wait,
poster.
what?
To be honest,
It's pretty
that's
cool.
really cool.
Yeah, exactly. And we kind of forget about this feature. There's so many little things like that that are in this expansion that they're so cool. So that was one of the first things I did, right, was to create my original.
That's something that
character
shouldn't be in the game.
kind of
Imagine
role-played, like
the
always been
Dark
in
Zone
New
is
York,
gonna be
just,
full
travel
of
from midtown to downtown.
Yeah.
pink
Yeah, but that's the thing.
versus
You want to
red
create a new
versus
character
blue.
and say that's my character.
Yeah.
From the first game.
Yeah,
you
you
can
can
make
do
one
that.
that really
do
has
that
the
if you
same
want.
likeness.
I do just want to. We're going to have. See a bunch of questions coming in. We'll come to those in a second. But just to reiterate, there are a bunch of things for people that do not buy the expansion. But the RPG overhaul, the gear streamlining, the skill power refactorization, the Dark Zone improvements as well are part of that too. All of the changes coming in the Dark Zone.
That's right.
So do not sleep on those changes as well because they are core to the game for sure.
The recalibration also.
Recal, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, the core game is just getting changed,
Oh, yeah.
regardless of
Yeah.
what you
Yeah,
purchase
even
for
at
the
level
expansion.
30, it's going to be very different.
Very cool. Got anything else like gear dice for me, Drew? Anything sneaky?
Yes,
Saving
but
it?
I
Okay.
don't think we
Alright.
should talk about it on the stream because, yeah.
We got things to talk about, and we're
Because you don't want to lose your job.
We can. There is one question, even though we're going to come back after a really quick break.
Doesn't
and
need
maybe
a
just
gun that
throw a
doesn't
few
need
questions
reloading.
at,
That's
some
gonna
people.
be insane.
If no one's hitting home just yet, I guess.
No.
All right. We'll stick around for a few minutes and answer some questions. But Fog of War.
Yeah.
That's one of the things as you experience the map that's different.
That's
in
right.
New York.
So when you go to New York and you play the campaign and you go through the world, you're actually discovering the map as you go through. So you're actually discovering, like you'll actually clear the map and you'll see it kind of animate into the nice 3D model of the map and stuff as you uncover it. And basically, as you get that information, you also uncover, you know, the activities that are there, the loot, the shade crates, the control points, like all of those kind of things. And also landmarks, like everything about that. So it's not, we don't want to just kind of tell you exactly where to go and just kind of pull you, but we actually kind of want you to push into the space and kind of explore and discover the
I'll
world.
say
right?
that.
Because there's all sorts of cool things to find in the world.
But I think that's the really cool thing with it is that that means that when you're in the Fog of War area, or when you're like, you know, like selecting an area in the Fog of War, your, you know, GPS is not going to like tell you how to go there.
Yeah, that's right.
So you're gonna have to
I
find
like
your own
that.
way
Yeah,
to go there and then explore, and like everything that you've explored, then yes, you can get like you know, the GPS, but otherwise you're gonna have to explore and find out yourself. That's really cool.
That's super cool. All right, I do want to have some Q&A time, so let's we'll transition to that. Thanks, guys. You're going to stick around. You're not going anywhere.
Yep.
But we're going to just hit another transition, mute the microphones. I'm going to get a wireless mic hooked up for the other folks, and we'll bring them in and see what we can answer for chat. But thanks for hanging out again today. We'll be going for a little bit longer, not much. I'm getting a little tired, but I'm having a good time, so I don't really care. All right, we'll see you in a few minutes.
All right. Again. What you guys think, man? This is crazy. Let's see what's the next they're gonna show. Next exotic. So that's a new oh, that's an Og. Yo, I like that skin though. Let me take my face out of the way so you guys can see the full picture. I like that skin though, it's kinda nice. And we have the new shock turret. I cannot believe they brought that back, bro. Oh man, that's gonna be a new Dark Zone meta. The shock turret, the shock. I don't know what to call it. Shock hive. Shock hive, yeah. This is insane, man. Well, tomorrow, man, I'm just thinking what I'm gonna be doing after this live stream. So tomorrow, guys, I don't know if I'm gonna stream in here or on Twitch. Probably here though. I'll decide that later. I'll let you guys, I'll keep you guys updated. But if you guys want to play with me, guys, if you are on PC and you want to join me, feel free to join my Discord. I'm trying to put my Discord on the chat right now, but my comments are not working. But feel free to join us on Discord, and you can join me on live stream for, you know, whatever we gotta do.
Hi everyone, just want to do a quick check of this microphone that we're going to hand around, and it seems to be working. All right, now we're ready to go. See you in a sec.
Jeez. The shock will be OP. It is, man. Just remember of the shock turret from Division 1. Basically, that's it. Yo, Trippy, by the way, I forgot to ask, how is my mic my mic audio. I feel like I'm losing a little bit of a voice. I'm talking very loud today. I guess it's because of the excitement. I can feel it. Like I'm not losing it right now, but you know, I feel like I definitely use my voice like a little bit too hard today. Can you say
we're back with the
focused?
Brady Bunch. Check it out. That's so cool.
I want to say we've never done that.
No.
I think we've never done that.
This is awesome.
Cool.
We're going to be here for a few more minutes. If you have questions, please ask them in chat. We've got a bunch we've already curated, so we'll check. Yes, this is my microphone, Yannick.
Yeah, this is me.
True.
This is Trick's microphone.
Trick's loud. So just for everyone who does hold that, just take a look. If it's coming in too hot, just move it away from your mouth. All right, first question.
Will we see the sound?
Will we have free free roam area in the expansion? I've given you the microphone trick
Like
because
the whole of New York, those lower districts are all open world. They all have control points. They all have hidden collectibles and shade tech caches and people going around trying to murder each other and the opportunity to save them. It's all that good stuff. It's
All murder them.
All that good
yes.
stuff.
Yeah, all that.
Oh, I like this one. Will there be any interaction with our former agent from the Division 1? Drew, you talked about how you have new faces and stuff that you can recreate your agent, but interaction with?
Direct interaction, no. But obviously the impact of your Division agent on the world obviously still carries, right?
Anyone have anything to add on that? I think that's it.
Fan fiction is always an option.
Yeah. Bruce was saying if you have fan fiction that you want to add.
We of course have people that your agent interacted with, right? I mean, we saw in that video, we saw Faye, we saw Rhodes, we saw Benitez.
Right, Eric? We need the lunchbox back.
Fun fact,
We need that
there's
lunchbox.
erotic fan fiction for the Division out there if you have not read it yet.
Is it on AO3?
I have not read it yet.
Is it on AO3?
I don't know what that is, but
This is getting late.
all right. Late night with the Division. Will we continue on from the end of Division 2, or will we reboot our characters?
Yeah, I can take that. So yes, you continue from. Actually, you continue from World Tier 5, but you can actually go straight to Warlock from anywhere in the progression.
So if I'm
at
level
any time.
if I'm level 1 or 2, right? Like
yeah,
I can be like, I just want to go to New York, and you will start at level 30 in New York.
And we can actually answer yet another one of those questions where there's a question about if you can start directly in New York, and you can actually do that. So the options that you'll have are from the front end. When you create a new character, you can create a new character directly in New York. Or you can start a new character in DC and go through the initial prologue and like the base of operations introduction, so like the tutorial missions, and then go directly to New York. Or play as long as you want in DC and decide to go to New York whenever you want.
Cool.
You can play all the way to World Tier 5 if you want.
Nice.
One of the cool things that
Mike?
one of the cool things we were discussing over in the green room is how the narrative actually acknowledges your agent if you choose to start right there in New York.
True.
And that's actually a really, really neat thing.
Yeah.
Cool. I like it. I did see one question. It's pretty binary. Will we be able to play back in the one big dark zone again? I'll give that. Can we pass the mic over to Frederick? Get that. Yeah.
So all of Warlords is new territory in the lower part of Manhattan. So it doesn't include any of the areas that were in Division 1, including where the Dark Zone was. We've instead focused on revamping all of the Dark Zones that already exist, and they will be available at level 42.
Okay. If you like your Dark Zone rank, can you keep your Dark Zone rank?
I mean, you'd have to be very careful. You have to play well.
But when you in the update, you get you carry over your Dark Zone rank. That's not getting reset.
It would do that. Yeah, it would carry over.
All right, good to know. Another question: what will carry over to the expansion in that regard? That's one of the. Just while you have the microphone, I didn't have a chance to touch on it earlier. But one of the things that we wanted to chat about was, I know people have a lot of questions about what happens to my gear.
That's a good question.
What will happen there?
Gear is really different in Warlords of New York, but the effort has been made to convert as good as possible. It'll still be the same brands. We'll try to retain, if not your exact role, the color of the role that you have. If your gear is at Gear Score 500, the rolls will be high because Gear Score 500 is quite high. You'll make new builds. That's just the nature of this enormous change. That's for sure. But your gear is good if you're already at endgame.
Okay.
I'm not worried with that. I mean, if
coming
it's
back,
new
I'm
stuff to
assuming the
grind
question is
for, you know,
focused
why
on
are you worried
classified
about the gear?
not
We're gonna
classified
go get
assignments.
new gears.
Classified gear, like in the Division 1, is that something that we'll see again?
So classified gear was 5 and 6 piece gear set bonuses. They're not in the current way we're doing gear sets, but we have considered maybe revisiting the idea in the future. Right now, though, the way you can mix and match and combine gear sets with exotics and high ends is there's just so many builds you can make.
Can I expand on that? We've touched on this, but and I wanted to I was hoping to talk about it earlier when we were on the table together. But if you look at kind of what we did in TU6 when we made talents unique equip and we got rid of sort of redundancies, and then we also played around with the idea that gear set, chest piece, and backpacks would have a talent on them. We've sort of, in a way, like I guess the point I was trying to make was that you can kind of look at that as sort of the first part of a two-stage rocket. And we've taken that idea and we've pushed it further, and now gear sets come with these chest and backpack talents that amplify the gear set. So if you really love the way a gear set plays or its identity, you can double down on that and really go, the whole 9 yards.
Okay,
Is that an expression? I don't know.
I like it. So, Yannick, I think this was a good one for you. Will there be a year 2 pass kind of thing with early access, or is there only the expansion pass?
Well, there is no expansion pass. There is
No,
an
but you
expansion.
buy the
The expansion you buy. There is no year to pass after that.
Okay.
So the idea is you buy the expansion, you get all the content of the expansion, you get access to all the new endgame and everything, and then from there on, then it becomes seasons. But there is no year to pass with any kind of early access or whatever.
Okay, good to know. Someone's saying, please raise the microphone higher. Everyone who does get their hands on their microphone, please
We're
make
scared
sure.
of it. We held it way.
I know it's scary, but please make sure that it's loud enough. I'll call you out if I need to. Will expansion
So
purchase
many
be
builds,
required
just
for
nowhere
the
to
second
store it.
raid? Who wants to have a crack at that one?
I think we've covered that already.
Yeah,
right?
but just reiterate.
just to say that again. No, you don't need that. So what we've said is the second raid will be made available both at level 40 and at level 30. So if you don't have the expansion, if you don't have Warlords of New York, you will be able to play the level 30 version of the second raid.
Okay, cool. While you're talking, is the hardcore mode, which is in beta, is it carrying over to Warlords? How's that for people who are like, I love hardcore? What's happening there?
I mean, it's still going to be there. We haven't really touched it. That's still something we are looking at, and we're going to be, adding to. But it's still going to be the same and still in beta for Warlords of New York. We had a lot of, as I heard behind, we've been busy, so we've had a lot of work with Warlords of New York. So that was the priority. But yeah, definitely, hardcore is something we like, and we want to keep working on.
Okay, I like this next one. We didn't
been a
really talk about
big
it.
stream
Will
today.
any skills from the Division 1 make a comeback with an
Almost
updated
4 hours
twist?
stream.
Who wants to have a crack?
What a very specific
I
question.
think Frederick should answer this one.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been showing some skill videos all throughout the night, right? So the sticky bomb I've seen on social media, it's gotten reactions. And
it's my fave.
It is. It's not surprising that it is the director's favorite. And yeah, so that makes it back. We've tried to replicate all the things that made it great in Division 1 while adding some new twists to it as well.
Yes.
Now with the skill variant system.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of plans, Drew, I'll put you on the spot. Will there be any new specializations? Well, he's just calling you out. You're the director now. What's that?
Yeah. Currently, there are no plans to add any additional ones at this time.
Okay.
Right.
Good to know.
There's a new one coming with episode 3, though.
That's exactly right. We've got Firewall coming tomorrow.
Yeah.
So Firewall, we can get it tomorrow.
Yes, again, episode 3 is coming tomorrow in like 14 hours. So we should probably keep the stream going for another 14 hours. So
That's
we can
right.
just
I'm here.
You guys are.
I'm here for it.
That's okay.
No worries.
We have to be back at work in 14 hours. So.
Cool. Andrada, actually, will the mission directives be applied to DC? Like, so if I go back to DC, the mission directives that we talked about earlier, can I still use those?
Yes, on every content actually. You can
Cool.
turn on directives globally on all the content.
Yeah, so like the open world, you can have directives on.
Yeah.
DC, New York, everywhere.
Nice.
Seeker is your favorite?
You've been another this one. Will exotics be upgradable to level 40 with current blueprints?
You can reacquire all the exotics at level 40. That is the plan. So you have to find them. We added some more sources for the level 30 exotics, the initial exotics that we have right now in the game. So there are more ways to acquire them than initially.
Okay, I like this other question as well. I guess from the point of view of someone who doesn't want to buy the expansion or is maybe holding out, will there be exclusives tied to the expansion? Like, I guess, exclusive gear? Is there any exclusive gear that's only in the expansion?
Yeah, we covered this a little bit previous in the stream, but all of the system changes to your gear will cover both level 30 and level 40 players, but the new brands, the new gear sets, the new exotics, those are pieces of content that you can only find if you jump in and buy Warlords of New York.
All right. I guess that's because
snafu keeps happening.
They're only on the loot table in New York, right? Or
Yeah, you can literally not find them if you're not level 31 or higher.
all right. Okay, while you have the microphone, will the DZ in the expansion, which is in DC, not in New York, we talked about that before, will the Dark Zone back in DC have checkpoint turrets?
I don't remember where we landed at the end of that. The Dark Zone turrets are a tricky one, but for now we're keeping them on because of the negative gameplay that happens when you end up with checkpoint camping, etc.
Yeah, but they're definitely something that we're going to be monitoring very closely, and we can.
Yeah, we've heard feedback about them, and we know that that's something that people have gripes over, so we're going to keep an eye on it.
Yep.
Okay. If I have a Uplay Plus subscription, will I get Warlords of New York as well?
Yes.
That's the question. Easy. All right, great. Yes. Civilian audio logs, friendly civilian audio logs. More of those?
Anyone?
Who knows?
Does anyone know that? Do you?
Like, there are a bunch of people inside of the audio logs, so I know
There
that
are.
there are some friendlies.
I assume that there.
Yeah, there are. There's an awful lot covering the core rogues.
Yes.
But also you do get sort of testimonials from other people inside of New York.
Oh, is that
and that kind of stuff.
Story now. All right, cool. Yannick, could you hit us with the price information again
Will it
from
be
the start
coming
of the
back?
stream? People have been asking a lot about.
I'm money guy.
Don't know.
Yeah, so first I want to go back on the Uplay Plus because I want to clarify that actually because I don't want to create confusion. You get Warlords of New York as part of your Uplay Plus subscription. So if you then stop your subscription, you're not keeping Warlords of New York, right? So just want to be clear with that. But what price would the expansion be? So as we've said, if you already own any version of the Division 2, I've seen people asking on Twitter also and everything, like what if I have a Dark Zone Edition or Ultimate Edition or whatever. If you have any version of the Division 2, you can buy the expansion for 30 euros, right, as a one purchase. If you don't own the Division 2, you can buy either a standard edition that is 40 euros that includes base game and Warlords of New York, or you can buy another Ultimate Edition that includes base game, Warlords of New York, and the content of the Year 1 pass.
All right. I think that's clear as mud. All right. Cool. I like it. I don't mean that like ironically. That's what we say. Clear as mud.
Clear as sausage water.
That's the Swedish expression.
We do say clear as sausage water. All right. Great. I do think it's worth just before we head off. We're 10 minutes away from streaming from 2 hours. Sorry about it.
Awesome.
Wait.
No, we've been going on for more.
Oh no! Wait, we've been going for almost 2.5 hours.
I think we all lost our bet.
It's good. We said maybe 90 minutes.
I said 2 hours. To be fair, I said 2 hours from the beginning.
I foolishly said 90 minutes.
Someone said 60 minutes, and I was
That's cute. That's
Come
cute.
on, no way.
Well, to be fair, the talking points were timed for 60 minutes. So
Yeah,
we're
but
good.
anyway. All right, so let's clarify exactly what's happening dates-wise. Episode 3 comes in 14 hours. Tomorrow morning, after the maintenance, it will be hitting. Oh, it's not tomorrow morning. It's
February
like
12th if you're on board.
Yep, and that's early access.
Yes.
Yes. So what do people get with early access? Let's be very clear. How do they get early access and what do they get?
When you're looking at me.
Yeah, this is the anecdote.
Oh, sorry, I'm losing my voice suddenly. No, I really am. So if you have the early access, you're going to get access to the main missions, right? So you're going to get to go to Coney Island and do the main missions. But also as part of tomorrow the drop, we're going to release TU7. TU7 includes some bug fixing and changes, and also the release of the new classified assignments and the new specializations.
Great.
Specialization, one of them. So if you own the year 1 pass, you get the early access, so you get the main missions, you get the direct unlock of the specialization and the classified assignment. If you don't have the pass, you get the field research to unlock the specialization. And then in 1 week, you will get access to the main missions.
Nice. And the new exotic, the chameleon.
The chameleon.
The chameleon.
The chameleon.
Is going to be in the loot pool. So that's out there as well. That's episode 3. And then that's happening tomorrow. Then on March 3rd, we have Warlords of New York /TU8. Because that update goes live at the same time. So for the people that don't buy the expansion, TU8 is what you will get. That's all of the gear and the RPG and the skill power stuff, and the way all of that happens is going to be
updates to the Dark Zone. Lots of stuff.
Recal as well. All that's going to be in there for you, and then everything we talked about in terms of content that happens in New York, the journey from 30 to 40, the hunt for Kino, all the missions and stuff. That's all there.
Yeah. And just to be clear, because I don't know if anybody's confused about that, but there is no early access or anything for Warlords of New York. So if you buy the expansion, you get access on the 3rd of March.
March 3rd. That's the date.
The date.
That is the date in like 3 weeks. That's not far away.
Yeah.
We're going to have more specifics on State of the Game over the next few weeks as well. So we'll dive even deeper onto those things as we get through the week. So that happens Wednesday as usual time, which means we have one tomorrow. So we should probably go and sleep.
Yeah, man.
That was not
thanks
a bad.
Everyone.
Thank
this
you.
was a lot of fun.
Yes.
This is cool.
That was fun.
And thanks everyone for watching. You are an absolute beast if you managed to sit through us talking for this long.
It was a long
if you did,
live stream.
You want those recaps now. We want those recaps with all the information.
Yeah, Bond Diesel was like
live tweeting all the while. His
like,
fingers are bleeding.
I'm gonna live tweet this thing, and Ella tweeted at him,
Yeah.
"You're gonna need Red Bull and coffee, dude. This is gonna be brutal."
Yeah, but he's been at it for ages. So,
But thanks everyone who's been watching, and thanks everyone for joining. This was a lot of fun. We'll see you tomorrow. Go and enjoy episode 3 tomorrow, and we'll see you soon. Woo!
Man,
See you soon.
Bye.
See you.
Thanks.
that was a big one. Oh, actually, let's watch this one.
Agent, listen up. You and your squad are urgently needed in New York City. A biological attack hit Lower Manhattan. We need your help to hunt down the one responsible. Aaron Keener, call sign Vanguard. He's the one behind the deadly attack on Division headquarters that killed dozens of top Division agents and countless innocent civilians. And we suspect he's just getting started. Keep in mind, Keener knows this city inside and out. And he's as cunning and as lethal as they come. Originally, Keener was one of us. But 8 months ago, the Division failed him by leaving him to die in the Dark Zone. That was the day he lost faith and went rogue. He disappeared and gathered all the tools he needed to engineer his own biological weapons. He doesn't just want revenge. He seeks chaos. He believes it is the only way for humanity to thrive. Keener isn't the only one with an axe to grind against the Division. There are others. Keener has recruited 4 rogue agents who not only share his extremist vision, they have the skills to execute it. They've worked their way up within factions ruling over Lower Manhattan. If we want to get to Keener, we'll need to go through them first. First up, Vivian Conley. Former counterterrorism intelligence agent and chemical engineer. Conley's last known location was the Two Bridges sector. A hurricane ravaged the coast a few months ago, so it's a far cry from the thriving urban sector it once was. Keener's second rogue agent is Javier Kajika, a master of stealth and infiltration. He was a Black Ops hitman for the US government. With the government collapse, his loyalty goes to whoever will feed his need for blood. Our latest intel locates Kajika somewhere in the Battery Park area, the part of the city that's taken over by swamp. The terrain is rough and scattered with giant sinkholes that used to be subway tunnels. Odds are he knows you're coming for him and plans to use the dicey terrain to get the drop on you. Both Conley and Kajika work with the Cleaners, a former New York City sanitation unit that believes only fire can stop the virus. Conley was recruited by the Cleaners when she went rogue, and thanks to her technical expertise, they're deadlier than ever. We've been exchanging blows with them for a while, but their methods are ruthless and their cleansing fire takes no prisoners. James Dragov, former police officer, a heavy weapons and defense specialist. His relentless fight for justice made him a legend on the force. Yet, his allegiance has changed. Dragov took hold of the financial district and has been using it as the center of his black market operation. Our intel suggests he's still there. Be careful, major flooding has transformed the entire district into a mudslide. Last but not least, Theo Parnell, a drone engineer and skilled hacker. He's managed to stay off the grid, so all we can say for sure is he's a true master of decoys and deception. Keeners arranged for the Rikers to protect him at an unknown location in the Civic Center area. Dragov and Parnell have both been linked to the Rikers, ex-cons from Rikers Island Prison. Regardless of who their enemies were in the past, they've agreed to band together. Their motto, power by numbers. And just like Keener, they thrive in chaos. Before you arrive at the base of operations with Agent Alani Kelso, I should warn you, a lot has changed in New York. The days when Division agents were seen as knights in shining armor are long gone. The people around here are survivors. Ever since Keener and his rogue agents took over Lower Manhattan, there's been a distrust of Division agents amongst civilians. Agent Fei Lau has been the acting commander of the division in New York City and is leading the hunt for Keener. Her methods are unconventional, but we're in a race against the clock, and Lau knows what it takes to get results quickly. You'll also find Paul Rhodes, now the leader of the civilian settlement. Because he's so tapped into the city, he may be able to help you track Keener and his rogue agents. Our mission is simple: find and eliminate Keener. But to expose our target, we'll need to take down his chain of rogue agents before they destroy us. Agents, the hunt for Keener is on.
And I guess that was it, guys. What a crazy stream. Honestly, we got a lot more of what I was expecting. I was not expecting a lot of this stuff. I'm happy, man. I'm super excited for this.
What's it called? A blueprint.
Oh my
to put
god.
that up there.
The Division game
But the others we
absolutely
cancel,
raiding
the
us.
Nemesis we can't
Oh, they
upgrade.
hated this guy.
Oh shit.
Oh my life.
Alright, good for him.
Thank you, Division game.
There it is.
Oh
man.
my
DJ
god.
Jacob.
You guys have just had the best stream I have ever watched.
Oh, nice for that guy. Anyways, let's get going. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go work on some stuff. I have a lot to work on. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I'm gonna go analyze that trailer again, make some videos, and I will be back tomorrow probably after work though. And yeah, we'll play it on stream though. I'm gonna have to think if I can do that stream on here or on Twitch, probably here. We'll see. 'Cause I want everything to stay here, like the missions. I want them to keep on YouTube. But yeah, that was great news, man. What you guys think? What's your guys' opinion of the live stream, man? I'm excited for this. I'm super excited. I'm going on a 4-hour live stream. Such a great thing. I don't know if you think this was not great. I don't know, man. I don't know what else you wanted. I think it's great. I think it's great. Yo, Trippy, you gonna come back, man? Come back to the division. Yeah, Aaron Kidder got older. Fela still complaining her legs were hurts. I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I enjoyed it for sure. And thank you so much for that tip. I appreciate that. Darkus, I don't know if you're still here. Thank you also for that tip. Welcome for the new subscribers though. And I'll see you guys in the next one though. Before you go, if you enjoyed the stream, hit me with a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Yo, Division Edition, man. How you feeling, bro? I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited, man. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one, guys. Peace.